Give me a few seconds to set everything up. Now Windows toolbar's getting in the way, there we go. Right. Let's load that up and make sure we can match it. Right, there we go. So now all I need to do is to pull out chat. And yeah, should be ready. Oh, hang on a minute, something's going wrong. Don't know what that was all about. But yeah, I've been looking up the guide to see what I need to do next, and hopefully I can trigger the scene I want. But apparently there's a lot of complications with this scene. This is where the game starts to get really complicated. So yeah, basically when I go down here, I'm going to get a scene. Now this is all written in the guide, so there's a little side quest that I need to do. And yeah, we have to go in place just off this trail. And there's no signposts to it, unfortunately. Oh yeah, let's just ditch our adventure to save the world and find this vaccine to just go say hi to his savior, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to take this side trip anyways. Right, I'm not sure if this is actually going to say anything. Nope, it doesn't. But there are some enemies to kill. Hopefully I can get back into it and remember what I'm supposed to be doing here. And hopefully, yeah, he's actually doing his shit. Because I really need to remember the moves and shit. Unfortunately, CS is on low MP and I don't know why. I'm gonna have to heal that immediately. Don't know what this does. Does this heal him? Or does it heal his MP? Oh, it heals him. Whatever. I'll just give him some booze. It's the best way to get CS motivated. And yeah, let's carry on. But yeah, I do like the autumn look. Somehow it's suddenly become autumn in this area. But yeah, it's weird because you have the autumn area, the regular spring area, you have a desert area, and yeah, basically there's an area for every season, pretty much, which I find amusing. Instead of like climates, you have like everywhere has a different season associated with it, which is kind of weird, but oh well. I do like the look of it though. Alright, that does double slash. I could have done air slash there, but would have wasted some of my precious MP, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, things seem to be going a lot more smoothly now that I have Joshua in the party. As he is a healer after all, and he's also a magic caster, so it's pretty handy to have. But yeah, I have to show him at least a little bit of respect. Since he is going to be healing, so I need to do his side quest just to, you know, only so that I can be fair, you know what I mean? You can't just, like, expect him to heal and not help him out, you know what I mean? Because this guy's actually going to be very useful to us. And yeah, the game starts to kind of, like, even out in difficulty at this point. Once you get the healer, the difficulty starts to become a lot less tough, and it starts to level out a bit. Which is, yeah, you don't have to worry about having to, like, fill up on healing items all the time. But, yeah. There's this little hidden village here. Or this hidden building. And there's this guy who is just a boring NPC who's not even relevant to the plot whatsoever. But we're going to talk to him anyways, pay him a visit. Because, well, hopefully it's going to lead to a good reward. Hopefully. Well, these things usually do end up rewarding you a lot in RPGs. And yep, get ready for tons and tons of dialogue, as we're going to have a nice chat with this guy. Oh, and by the way, no, this isn't where the best scenes come yet. That's not for a while yet. We have to do this side quest first. I forgot about this quest. Yeah, just believe in yourself. That's what they tell you in every single Japanese media. But yeah, this area kind of, I don't know, I don't remember this area very well. But yeah, we want to get rid of the monsters because we're in it for the action, that's why we're here. But that's what we want to do. That's what Seus wants to do especially. I find it funny how Seus isn't even here. He just doesn't give a shit. He's just ready for the action. He doesn't care about mingling in other people's affairs. All he cares about is getting straight to the action. And he's just waiting outside. He's just like, what's taking you so long? There's enemies that need killing. There's ass to be kicked. No time to talk to people. I've got ass that needs kicking. But yeah, I think you have to go up here. And yeah, there's some monsters to fight. And we're going to fight them. Ooh shit, sneak attack. That's not nice. And yeah, thunder is not what I really wanted him to do, but I suppose it's like, it'd be easier if he used the blizzard move though. That's the thing. I really want him to use that move because it's better. His thunderbolt is good for damage. It's good against bosses, but ultimately I'd rather just have him use blizzard because it hits everything on the screen and that's just too good to pass up. Now there's a lot of treasure around this area, and good treasure as well, so yeah. Yeah, this is what I want to do. At least that was a chance of hitting them, but I think what I want to do is move over here. Hang on. There we go. I'm getting the controls messed up again. No, wrong button. And I pressed the wrong button again. It's not easy to know the controls in this game. Hopefully I'll get it right in the next fight. But yeah, what I'm trying to do is use his flash move. But I want to be in a good position to do that so I can hit more enemies. Yeah, this place is a bit of a maze. Hopefully I can find all the items and shit. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to press X and you want to press X and then you want to press A and he will move. And then you want to press A and then you press the special button. And that way you have a higher chance of hitting them. But it didn't work as well as I wanted to. So yeah, that's basically what I was trying to do. This is something that was fixed in Star Ocean 2, which had perfect free running, but in this game the free run is kinda... yeah, it takes a while. It's not very well integrated in comparison. But yeah. You take what you can get, I suppose. It's SNES, so what do you expect? But yeah, there's more enemies to kill. Same strategy. I'm going to try and get the back and use this move and hopefully hit multiple enemies. And I actually did pretty well there. Yeah, CS is really going crazy with his attacks. He just doesn't give a shit. He's just going straight in. Problem with that is it costs a lot of MP to do that, so yeah, it might not be the smartest thing. But it's kick-ass, so I can't blame him. Right, that's where we've been already. Yeah, we've got the treasure from there. Oh yeah, this is how you dash. Blueberry. But you can't carry anymore. Oh, what I can do, and this is what I like to do when I'm like maxed out on items. I use the item first and then grab it out of the box. It gives me a reason to put it to good use, you know what I mean? Now I want to go into item creation and see what this thing is. Question mark guard. Dwarven male, nice. I guess I can... oh. He failed to identify it. He's just like, what the fuck is this shit? But there's some items, so we can identify that, I suppose. He still can't identify the weapon. Come on, Sears, you can do it. See, it was just a longsword. How hard is it? Like, you'd think that someone like Sears would know what a longsword looks like. Like, jeez. But yeah, Dwarven Mail, that'll be handy. I don't know if Ilya can actually equip Dwarven Mail, but it'd probably be handy to give her some better armor. No, she can't. Sears can handle himself. But... actually, you know, I'll give it to Sears just simply because he has the least health. So it's probably better to just give it to him. That way he has a bit more protection. And yeah, that's basically this area. So we get to go... oh, hang on. More enemies. This is like the end of Grandia 2 right here. It's like mopping up the bad guys. And I'm fucking this up again. I need to press A. And now they're all dead. Like, they killed them before I could get this strategy out. And Blizzard's just kicking their ass. How's it going, KG Gamer? I'm side questing, doing a mop up of all these enemies and trying to grab all the treasure. Because there's some really good treasure in this dungeon. So, what have you been up to? What have you been playing? For me, I've been playing Far Cry Primal. And I'm nearly at the end of it, but I want to get to Far Cry 5 ideally. It's been fun, but it started to, you know, like most open world games, you just get a bit fed up of them after a while and you just want to move on. Yeah, here we go, more enemies. Right, this time I'm going to see if I can move over here. Nope, I pressed the same button again. They don't make it easy, do they? And I fucked up again, but this time I've actually done it. Not that it mattered because Joshua got his blizzard off before I could actually pull it off. Yeah, this game hasn't aged the best, that's what I'm going to say, combat wise. But I think it makes up for it in other ways. Ooh, nice. Gotta have a nice shield. I don't think CS can equip a shield, so I don't think it really helps. But Roddick can definitely equip a shield, so it'll help him, and that way I can give the armor to Sears. That way everyone's happy. Well, at this point... there we go, that's what I wanted to do. But Joshua had to ruin all the fun and kill him before I could do it. Yet again. Well, it's like, what's the point in using AoE attacks anymore? Like, just have Joshua kill them with Blizzard. He's just so freaking powerful. Oh well, let's just get in the front and let Joshua cast. No, my luck, he's not even going to bother casting at this point. Well, he should have taken his time. It's like, you should probably cast earlier. You know, like, instead of just sat about and then thinking, you know what, I'm going to actually cast a spell. And CS is out of MP, which isn't good. Oh, hang on, I shouldn't actually have gone there, because there's treasure up here. Or is there? I'm actually forgetting. No, I actually got the treasure, didn't I? Treasure must be here, though. Now I'm confused. This is just, you see, it's this shit that confuses me in games, because it's like, you go from one place and the next place looks exactly the same as the previous place, and it's just like, hang on a minute, like, I just went there. But, hopefully it's down here, hopefully there's some treasure down here. I mean, the weapon you get for doing this isn't really worth it for me, because I'm not going to be using the character who uses the weapon. Mainly because I just don't see the point, personally, but... yeah, there's more treasure. Hopefully I can do it this time, but he's going to pull it off. That's not what I wanted to do. And now he's going to do it when there's only one left. Great. It's very difficult to execute things in this game the way you want to. It's possible, but very difficult. This definitely isn't a tactical game, let's put it that way. Oh, I've got a helmet as well, nice. Yeah, like, if you try and play this game strategically, it's actually very difficult. But sadly, that's what it's like on an SNES, I suppose. You see what you can get. Like, really, comparing this game to Tales of Phantasia is very difficult, because I do think this is a better game overall, because, like, it's got more to it, like, there's item creation and private actions, but at the same time, like, the combat for both games is kinda dated. It really is. Right, this might be handy. Oh, fuck. But I can use this. And that's one thing that always works. You can always count on air slash. That thing is a really powerful attack. Well, not really powerful, but it's really good for stunning enemies. And yeah, like the close-up moves, I need another close-up move to use. I can't really just have two of those moves. I mean, I like the lightning move, I really do like it. But really, it would be nice to have another AoE one. I really should have one. I know there's going to be other moves that I get later on, which are going to be better. But, yeah, at the moment, I'm going to stick with what I've got, because I think it's just the easiest one to know, because I know that they're both close range, and CS has his area attack anyways. Now where do I go? Dead end again, I take it. So, nope, can't go through there. How's the sound, by the way? I don't know if the sound's any good. I really should check. And make sure that it's actually decent sound. Make sure. Yep, the sound is actually doing right. Yep, it's alright. So, now I need to find the remaining treasures and the remaining enemies, which is easier said than done. Like, this game definitely isn't the easiest to navigate through, that's one thing I'm definitely going to say. But then again, a lot of Tri-Ace games aren't very easy to navigate through to begin with, especially if you want to do them right. However, I would say that this game in general is just very difficult to navigate through compared to the others. But yeah, if you can get over that, I think it's worth playing this game, definitely. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's worth it in the end once you get through its issues, really. But it's an old school game. With all old school games, you're going to get some outdated shit, and this is the outdated shit of Star Ocean. The constant need to, like, go and backtrack and shit, but then you get lost and then you have to go somewhere else. Yeah, I've got that, so I need to make sure I've got treasures from the other area. I might have actually done it, but I've got no... like, I don't have a clue whether I have done it. I remember there was an item that someone said that I could get, and it protects me against stone. And apparently you can get it in this area. So I'm trying to find it. And they said that that's how you win the final arena fight. And I'm like, well, you'd think that the stone protect item would be findable, but I just can't seem to find it. Maybe it is here, but I just haven't found it. And that's the thing, you see, it's like you want to find this item because it is so important, and this is like the only place you can get it. If you don't get it, then you're kind of screwed. And unfortunately, I didn't even read up the guide to see where I got the items. In fact, the guide didn't really explain where the items were, but I guess that all the enemies are dealt with. The only thing I can do is have a look and see if I've got all the equipment. I don't think it's necessary, but we can actually have a look, I suppose. Whoa! Increases maximum HP by 30%. That's pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. Poison Charm. Reverse Door. That seems pretty good, but I actually want to give a piece of equipment to... Oh, what the hell? Yeah, for some reason it just cut off there. Well, I think it's because something popped up, that's why. Yeah, he has a feather which you can't take away from him, but he does have a flare ring. I want to replace that with this, because having more HP will be really handy. And the flare ring, well, I'll give it to Vatix. And he... well, I'm not going to give him that. Yeah, that way he has a bit more health, and... yeah, I should probably... that's only 3, so I'll just heal him with heal. There we go. Sorted. Now, I think I'm just going to leave this area. I don't think I'll be able to get the item. If the item's really that hard to find, can you blame me for complaining about how difficult the final arena boss is? I don't think you can. Right, have we cleaned every single enemy out? Hopefully we have. Right, there we go. Elven Bow. We'll never use it. So much for the stone item being there. Maybe it's in the remake, I don't know. Maybe in the remake of the game it is there. But it's definitely not there in this version, I know that much. And Joshua had to ruin all the fun again, great. And yeah, I fucked up. It doesn't have that much range apparently. But Air Slash has. Air Slash is really good in this game, like, it's going to hit the enemy regardless. It is. All the time, you can guarantee it. And that's always good. Right, so now that we've got the Elven Bow, I guess what we really want to do next is get to Ionis and hopefully get the cutscene that we've always wanted to get. Hang on. Right, let's see. I'm actually going to be able to do it this time. And I completely missed, so I should have done that move. Yeah, that's the only thing about the flare move. It's very situational. But when it works, when you pull it off, it's really satisfying. It's a bit like the immolation attack in Diablo Hellfire, in the sense that it's all fireballs, but the problem is that they don't appear at once. They appear one at a time in different directions, and yeah, it's very hard to judge when it's going to... it's hard to judge like what it's going to hit, but I did a good one there. That was a good one. Right, I'm going to hit these guys because they're close, and then air slash the fuck out of this one. There we go. That's how it's done. See, it is possible. It is possible. Sometimes. Yeah, Joshua's learning a lot of spells as well. That's going to come in handy, it is. But yeah. There's more enemies to kill. But this time Joshua seems to be doing something else, so I can actually utilise this ability. But I completely miss with every single hit, right? Like I said, situational ability. That's the reason why I didn't really use it originally, because it's cool at first, but it's just like, it's very situational. And to be honest, I've wasted a lot of MP trying to pull it off. But yeah, it is satisfying when you finally do pull it off. Not gonna lie. But yeah. And he should be around here somewhere. Oh no! Not these enemies! These enemies bring back bad memories. Very bad memories. Gotta kill some Americans to get rid of them. Thank God. Thank God they didn't throw their sword, otherwise we'd be in big trouble. Very big trouble. Right. That's the town. I think the scene's going to appear after this. So let's go into the town and... Time for a reunion. The best kind of reunion. Aww, are we supposed to be upset about that? But yeah, Ronix is hanging out with this chick for some reason. Well, it's about damn time. The party's back together again. Looks like Ronix has got himself into a bit of trouble. I can tell she's going to be a marvellous character. And the spotlight's on Joshua now. Oh look, Joshua has something in common with you. Maybe you could be best friends. Oh yeah, I forgot. Joshua doesn't have any friends. Why don't we get indoors? We can talk more after that. I know where this is going. Yeah, this is where it's going. Yo, barkeep, bring us some drinks already. Let's get the party started. You get them told, CS. You get them told. You just want drinks, don't be so vague. There's all kinds of drinks. If I can drink it, it's a drink. I agree. Oh, okay. This person here will have your cheapest alcohol, the really heavy stuff. When he wakes up tomorrow, his head needs to be his head needs to be pounding. Bijubo. Never heard of that. But I'm sure it'll be good stuff. When did you become an expert on this world's alcohol? Men don't worry about the little things. Nobody asked you, Millie. Nobody asked you. Go home. Adults are talking. Yeah, let's get started. No, not with the exposition. Get started with the drinking. Oh no, Asmodeus. It's basically the guy who was possessing Rasputin in Shadow Hearts 2. So, Star Ocean 1 and Shadow Hearts 2 are connected. The Kingdom of Van. That's where you can get all your vans from. They're in a war with a demon world. Just run them all over with the vans. There's Van 1, Van 2. Like, how many vans are there? Maybe this is just one of Romix's silly stories that he likes to tell when he's intoxicated. Maybe the booze gets to him too quickly. And yeah, she's like, I'm just too cool for this shit. I'm out. Oh no, the drinks haven't even arrived yet. Time for the party to really get started now. Alright, drinks are here. Get it down the neck, straight down the neck, that's what I like to say. Wow, that is good. I tell you what was good. I had some cider today. It was a generic dark fruit knockoff. Like, you know, Strongbow dark fruit. It was actually pretty good. Like, it was actually a lot more fruitier and tastier. Because I have a sweet tooth, so I like that sort of thing. And it was actually fruitier and tastier than regular Strongbow, so... It was basically just a generic brand, but it was nice. So sometimes generic brand cider isn't that bad. You just got to get the right stuff, you know what I mean? But some of it can be pretty naff, like Gamers. Just not a fan, especially pear cider. I just can't stand Gamers pear cider. It's like drinking urine. I can't stress that enough. What, she's complaining that she's got the wrong flavour. Really? Several hours later. We all know where this is going. Yep, just as expected. Damn, Romix. Romix is good with the alcohol, isn't he? Like, I thought that Romix was going to be the first to drop, but little did I know, the guy's actually pretty resistant to it. Hey, don't interrupt people's sleep, Romix. I love how Joshua's just stood there, not knowing what to do with himself. Even Millie! Really? She ordered... So basically, Millie was ordered... She ordered a shake, but what she got was booze. She got booze in a freaking one of those things that you put a straw in, you know, one of those paper cups you get a straw in, they put booze in it. Like, who the fuck drinks booze from a straw unless it's some sort of a cocktail or something? Like, really? But of course, the main hero has to be resistant to alcohol. Or so we thought. What a wonderful day to have a hangover. I love how it puts a question mark after that. It's like, come to think of it, I wonder how Marvel is doing? It's just like, that doesn't even make sense, but whatever. I suppose that's what happens when you have a fan translation. I guess that's basically Joshua's excuse to try and get away from everybody. What's going on, Marvel? You're missing all the fun. Oh, and the freaking stream decided to... Not the stream, the actual thing. Sometimes you have to wake it up every now and again. Delighted. Wait, we don't have a choice? Hang on, does this fuck up other characters? I hope not. Yeah, I'm kind of uneasy as well. No, she's not Chin. She's not dead like Chin is. You are overanalyzing the situation, and it's starting to get very boring. I mean, think about Joshua. Joshua, he's a great healer and all, but he just needs to learn when to shut up, because Joshua is one of those characters that's best when he's not saying a single word. Just saying. Okay, maybe I'm being a bit unfair to Joshua, but then again, at least he's not as bad as his aunt. Now, out of all the characters that needs to shut up, she needs to shut up the most. She needs to be put into a freaking asylum. Right, so we get to go to the Van Kingdom. Never thought you were planning on doing something big like killing Asmodeus. Well, that's what happens in JRPGs, you get up to some serious shit. That's what the whole idea is, to kick some ass. You've got to have some worthy ass to kick, you know what I mean? You better accompany me, or else. Like, the guy literally begged us Hey Bio, you just missed the epic scene, sadly. You barely missed it. It just happened. Basically, there was a party, and yeah, basically I'll just say watch the stream afterwards and you'll see what happened. Let's put it this way, there's different ways to go about it. It changes depending on what characters you have in the party, and yeah, basically this is the reunion scene where everybody gets back together. But there's another character, Marvel, and yeah, she's basically wielding this orb, and it seems that she's in the party. So I want to see if hang on, not formation. No, I want order. That's what I want. Yeah, she's in the party. Now, the question is, does she have originality? I bet she doesn't. Whoops. Nope. Typical. Crappy talents. Then we've got Millie, who, yeah, she's just shit to begin with. Then we've got Joshua, well. How nice. Hey Bolsonberth, you missed it. You missed what the title was all about, unfortunately. And yeah. And he has originality. You know, maybe he should have been the one to learn smithing. Well, shit. Maybe Roddick can actually do something if he has originality. I haven't actually looked up exactly what originality does. Like, by all means, I am no expert at this game. I wish I was, but I'm not. Like, as much as I like this game, I'm no expert. I'm still learning this game. I still don't know every single intricacy about this game. That's how complicated it is. But yeah, there's... In the Star Ocean universe, you don't have Wendy's, you have Weldies. That's where you get all your fast food from. But yeah, we want to actually explore this area because there's actually a lot of shit to get. There's also a box here. The magic card. Now, the question is, I really should have written that down. I was so focused on writing down the next bit because I know the next dungeon's a pain in the ass that I completely forgot to write down the item creation formulas. Right, that's the inn. Now I need to find the shop that will buy, well, that I can buy items from. But yeah, basically you missed a piss up. I strongly recommend that you watch the stream again and see what the scene was when it streams over, basically, so that you can actually enjoy watching the amazing scene where everybody gets pissed. But yeah, there's a house with nothing in it. Wonderful. Right, this is the skill shop. Great. What skills have we got here? Right, we've got sense level 1, sense level 2, sense level 3, technique level 2. Do we have sense level 3? Right, I should level up skills as well. But yeah, the thing about it is there's actually two sets of things, and like there's another one if you get another character, and that one's equally as funny if you have the other character instead of CS. That's actually equally as funny if you ask me. Right, so I need to level my skills. Make getting pissed a skill. Well, it's certainly a skill that CS has. That's one thing for certain. Right, so what I want to know is what skills does Joshua want to learn? He's got his biology. I mean, maybe he should have been the one to learn the smithing skills and stuff. But I want to actually see what skills we've got now. Function. Beauty and strength. Perceive danger, ambush rate. Ooh, effort. Required SP for skills decreases. I'm getting that. And perseverance. That'd be handy. I don't know if you need patience for that. I'm gonna get it. There we go. That's one of the skills I wanted. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna get. Training, that way he can gain more experience. Now, I don't know if I actually have to set this skill. Right, training. This basically decreases the stats, but it gives him more experience, which is pretty handy. And yeah, now I need to figure out what all of these skills do. What in the world is that for? The higher it is, the more likely you're able to wield the Dragon Slayer. You'll still be standing after an enemy deals you a fatal blow. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it is in Valve Profile 2 and in Valve Profile. Like, Guts is broken in Valve Profile 1. In Valve Profile 2, they replaced it with Survival, which is less broken, as it only works once in Valve Profile 2. In Valve Profile 1, it works forever. So yeah, you can just break the game with it. But I need to remember what the skills actually are, honestly. And this is where I have to admit I haven't actually looked this up. Like, I really wish I knew how to get all the item creation skills in this game. It would make things a lot easier if I knew. So I'm going to actually see if I know how to get all the skills. Right. Crafting, identify, smithing, compounding, music, identify. Right, alchemy sounds interesting, but I think compounding might be handy to get for Joshua. So psychology, and we need herbal medicine, and we need biology. That's what we need. So if we get those for Joshua, he can learn compounding. Then again, I could give that to Ronix. Hang on, what talents has he got? Oh, hang on. Wrong button. Right. Originality. I really need to look at what the originality talent does. I really do. Because this is important. This game is just so confusing. It really is. Right. Learn by use customize or metalwork. Right. So that's what it is. So what do talents do? Some characters never actually have to know this since they don't have to customize, but for others, if you don't have it, the chances of you learning it are very low. Basically, if a character who needs it doesn't have it, restart and try again. So, essentially, what does this even mean? So talents represent the natural abilities of a character. To use some abilities effectively, a character must know the right talent. Talents are inherited when the character joins the party. Thus, when a new character joins the party, check his or her talents. If you don't like the number or type of talents, have a recent save, you can keep reloading and re-recruiting the character until his or her talents suit your taste. That includes Ratix. Talents can also be discovered. To discover a hidden talent, have a character that doesn't have a wanted talent, use an ability that requires a talent, and yeah. What do they do? I don't even know what they do. Like, honestly, they really didn't explain this well. But yeah, I honestly don't know what that does, but I'm thinking, considering he has originality, so I really don't want to give him that. Joshua has writing ability and design sense. He's going to be a writer, isn't he? So what do we need for writing? Hang on, first of all, I think Blessing of Mana might actually be nice too. Rhythmic Sense is not really... She's a music character. So I'm giving her Cook because it's easy enough to do that, but yeah. There's a lot of people with writing ability. What does she have? Sixth Sense? Design Sense? Does it really matter? I think if she's got Blessing of Mana, bitch sense. If she's got Blessing of Mana, then I'm probably just going to give her compounding for now, because herbal medicine, and we need to find another one, which I'm trying to think where it is. It's not function. I know those two are needed. Do we need psychology? Yes. So basically these three. And yeah, I'll probably get psychology up again, and yeah. So yeah, she's got compounding now, so we can use item creation, and we can actually make some stuff with all these mandrakes we've got. So yeah, we can use mandrake, savory, and we didn't make anything. Fuck. Yeah, because we're on level 3, we can't make things easy. And yeah, it looks like we're failing again. Oh, we got something. We got a stink pot! Whoopee! Yeah, I think it's probably best that we actually just don't bother with this for now. Until we've leveled up Marvel. That way we don't have to worry too much. Yeah, it really sucks I don't have originality on Sears, but I do have it for Ratix. It's like, honestly, self-taught. I'm just gonna level this up now, and we'll get to marksmanship, I guess. Oh, there we go. So I don't know what metallurgy does. I need to actually look that up. Right, oh, is it smithing? Right, this is called customize in other games. I don't know why, but it is. Oh, we don't have smith hammer, so we can't even do it anyways. Right. So yeah, we've got our skills now, and there's a lot of materials that you can buy around here if I can find the item shop itself. It's a bit of a maze, but I'm going to go to the weapon shop first. Buy some weapons and shit, because it might be handy to do so. There's a ruby wand. I can buy that. It's dirt cheap. I guess I should buy that for Roddick. An amber robe. So I get 9 helm for him. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Not too pricey, but gets the job done. Hang on. Didn't I just give you a ruby rod? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh wait, hang on a minute. I know what I've fucked up on. Ratix. Because he's a little rat. Yeah, I think you've taken the wrong robe. Stolen the robe off him. It's not very nice, Millie. Oh, I see why. Fuck me. Right. You take the silk robe back. The rest of them are common names. Well, I guess Ronix isn't a common name. And, I don't know, I've never heard of many Ilias around. Or like, well, Joshua, yeah, that's pretty common. Cius, never heard many Ciuses, to be honest. Don't know many Ciuses. What's this guy have to say? I recently figured out that I'll be rewarded if I try hard enough. It'll be the end of me if I gave up. I knew I was going to say that, because I thought I had no talent. Well, good luck, that's all I can say. But, yeah. Maybe it's a Japanese thing, I don't know. Because this was a Japanese game, I guess. Now, how do I get to the item shop? Oh wait, it was just down there the whole time. I must be dumb. Right, hopefully I can buy some smith hammers and see if I can actually do something with some smithing. I don't even know if I can, but let's buy some smith hammers. There we go. Unfortunately I don't have originality, but oh well. We'll just make do. Don't have to do everything perfect, you know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is get my data back, that's it. Spectacles, if you want to investigate something like a private eye, then you can... Oh, I need to buy other things as well. Right, research pen, that's needed for authoring. Music. Yeah, that's Mandrake. I should probably buy these back again. Buy some of these as well. Yeah, crafting... That's something that's going to be needed to do for someone else. Oh, you can get some food for pigeons. Why you'd need this, I have no idea, but I'm going to buy 20 of them, because that's what I do. And yeah, that should do. Right, let's make some gear. Let's see what we're equipped with. Longsword +1. That must be a very good longsword, so... Sia should be able to do some good shit by the looks of it. So we've got smithing. But what can we do? Let's see if we can make something with a saber. Oh, dull sword. Right, let's make another saber then. Let's try some Damascus. Nope. Oh, I got a question mark item. They're the best kind of item. I wonder what it is. Once again, Sinus has to identify his own weapon. And he's just found out that he's fucked up again. Literally found out that he's fucked up. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be using smithing for a while. Probably not the best idea. Now, the next thing I want to do, probably do writing. Now, what's the best thing for writing? That's a good question. Playfulness, I've forgotten what that does. But, yeah, writing, we definitely want that. Forging. Forge minerals, that's not what I needed. Animal training. I guess writing's just on its own, I suppose. There you go, you can be a world-class writer. Joshua's going to be the next Tolkien. And he's going to write about birds with feathers and shit. Right, we need this for authoring, so we better buy some. I wonder what wonderful things we'll be able to write with Joshua. Let's have a look. Let's see what we can do. We can write about biology, or we can write about writing. You know, I've always wanted to write about writing. That would be the best thing. That's the thing I've always wanted to write about the most. So let's write about writing. And I didn't make anything. You know, that kind of happens to me sometimes when I'm writing a blog. It's just like, I'm going to write about something, and then I don't write anything. But yeah, I got a book of grammar. I've forgotten what that even does. Better look at it. Oh, actually, I can go straight to new. That's one thing that this game does have that's really good. More games need to have that. Right, grammar theory. Raises 1 level in the writing skill. That's pretty awesome. And I can use that... Oh, I can't use that on him, but I can use that on other people, so... Maybe I can improve the writing of... Because even Ilya has good writing, so I can just get her writing up. But yeah, biology, well, that's handy, but we can't really do much there, really, can we? But yeah, if I could get one more, it would be nice, but sadly we can't. I'm going to see if I can create something else. Maybe I can create biology, I don't know. Agility increase. That's actually pretty handy. So basically, as I say, writing increases your agility, which is pretty nice. So I'm going to see if I can do this. He's level 9 authoring, so he should be able to make some good stuff. Oh, we got another one. So this basically increases the agility of my characters, whoever equips this, even if I don't have to write anything else. Oh, didn't want to do biology, but oh well. Biology's handy though, but I really need to level it up. That's what I need to level up right afterwards. I have to be very careful with what I level up Joshua. I really do. Because if he's the writer, then... oh god, come on. Right, I've got one on biology. Biological theory. That'll be handy for a character that doesn't have biology. Or doesn't have any knowledge of biology. I don't have any knowledge of biology. I'm going to be honest, I'm terrible when it comes to biology. I don't know the first thing about it, so it'll probably be handy for me to read, but unfortunately I'm not the person reading it. All I know about biology is that people exist, and that people do shit. That's basically my knowledge of biology. I don't know the ins and outs of people's insides. That's just not my expertise. But what I can do is this. It's like, fuck it, CS, you can be a writer. Why not? Right, what else have we got? Right, we've got this biological theory. Oh, it actually leveled up his health. You see? Item creation is useful, people. It's really useful. Especially when you actually get to freaking max level. Actually, do I actually have item creation at max level? On cooking? Yes, I do. That's the one thing I have maxed. Crafting. Ooh, this looks interesting. I wonder what I'll make. Oh. Nothing. Great. So, yeah, now I'm off to... well, actually I need to level up Ilya as well. She's maxed out cooking. And, yeah, I don't really need to worry about biology that much. So what else could I give her? I'm thinking that we should probably... I'm thinking that I should probably get something else. Hang on, what does she have? What are her talents? That's what I want to know again. Right, does she have... right, manual dexterity, writing ability, sense of taste, rhythmic sense. She could be a good music person. She could be. But to be honest, I think in terms of music, Millie's probably the best person for the job, so I'm probably going to give Millie the music shit. So yeah, you get musical notation and everything to do with music. I don't think that's to do with music, playfulness. Performance. There we go. Got performance. I don't know if whistling has anything to do with it, but yeah, performance, music level 2. You can also have whistling because why not? And yeah, that's basically all I can do with you. And Marvel, yeah, we've done you. So that just leaves Ronix. I guess I'll give him something later, but I can't be arsed right now. What I do need to do is level up Ilya. And I don't really know what to do with her right now, so I'm just going to get her combat stats up. But eventually I'll do something. I could get another biology, to be honest, so I'll just do that. But yeah, that's all I'm going to do crafting wise for now. And I'm going to go to Van, the best place of all time. I mean, there's a town called Hot and there's a town called Van. Next there'll be a town called Chicken Curry. Yeah, this move's really, really cool to use, and I actually got to pull it off this time. But yeah, Ray's pretty handy. It seems to hit everybody, so it seems to be useful. But yeah, I mean, the thing about it is I like to indulge in the crafting system in this game. Like, I understand how crafting can seem boring, But in this game, I just really like it because it's very simplistic. The hard part about crafting in this game is getting the crafting abilities, but once you get the crafting abilities, it's easy. Like, it's part of the game, really, in a way, is the crafting. It's part of what makes Star Ocean Star Ocean. If you just want the combat, and you can just go play a Tales game, you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that makes Star Ocean so appealing, the fact that it has the crafting system. And the skill system as well. And yeah, I got stuck in the wall there. But yeah. And the next dungeon is probably the worst dungeon in the entire game, so I've got the puzzle sorted out, don't worry guys. We've got this. Just basically a little bit complicated, but we'll manage it. Definitely manage it. I really should use this move because for some reason Joshua's he's just, well, at the moment I said that, he actually decided to cast it. Well, this is where the worst puzzle in the game is, and you know how much I love puzzles, don't you? It's actually a short dungeon, but it has the worst puzzle of all time, besides, well, let's put it this way, it has the most cryptic puzzle of all time. But I found it out, thanks to Game FAQs. Like, there's only one thing Game FAQs is good at, and that's for finding out when there's a puzzle, what to do. And also listening to people complain on the forums for how shit a game is when it launches because they got their hopes up too much. And they're like, ooh, it's like, this game, like, the frame lag in this game is like, so there's so much frame lag that the game sucks, and it's just like, little nitpicks like this that they just complain about and say the game's terrible because it has this small frame rate drop that's barely noticeable, but because it's there I have to talk about it, you know what I mean? It's sort of elitist in a way, like they have to bring up every single small tiny problem with a game because they're not happy about it. And it's just like some people just need to get a life, and people who go on Game FAQs usually do. It's like they've got nothing better to do but to complain about things. And it's like, there are things worth complaining about, but not that. You know what I mean? Like, complaining about freaking a slight frame drop in a game and just like, oh, this game's terrible because it's got small frame drops. And it's just like, what's the point? Like, it's not a big issue, but people make a big issue out of basically nothing. Or, oh no, the metagame's fucked because they've made a small change to the game. I haven't watched Digital Foundry, so I wouldn't know. Honestly. I really wouldn't know. Like, all I know is that Game FAQs is full of happy people who think that the world is against them all the time, every single day. But at the same time, they just get super excited for the game, and then suddenly it releases, and then just everybody complains. It's like, if you don't believe me, just go on the Kingdom Hearts forums after Kingdom Hearts 3 launches, and I bet there's going to be a lot of very angry people. There will be. But I think we all know just how bad it is on fucking Game FAQs. Like, Game FAQs... Oh, hang on a minute. I'm going the wrong way. Game FAQs is like the place to go if you want to listen to people complain. Like, if you want to listen to people complain, you go on Game FAQs. Or Reddit. Well, actually no, I think Game FAQs is worse for complainers, Reddit is worse for just elitism. Like, Reddit is just elitist paradise, in a way, whereas Game FAQs is just where random people go. Like, let's put it this way, people don't like me on Reddit. I know people don't like me on Reddit. Because, like, it's like, for example, the Warcraft lore Reddit. I'm banned from the Warcraft lore Reddit. Why? Because I said that WoW lore is a pile of shit. And they're like, how dare you say, like, criticize our beloved lore? I don't know if private actions can be done yet, but we'll see. Well, if it's going to be mixed, then everyone's going to hate it on Game FAQs, aren't they? Ah, we have to stick together first. Do you think the king will suddenly see people he's never seen before? It's as if people will suddenly go and talk to a president or a superstar. That's the point! Yeah, that's the thing, it's just like everything, like Final Fantasy and Warcraft, every fanbase has those loyal people that keep all these publishers' monies, like, constantly give all these publishers money, and yeah. I didn't know there was an anti-demon world force. What do they do? Sit at a desk and discuss things. Like, how they're going to not do anything tomorrow because what's the point? We can't get to the demon world, so we might as well just sit on our asses and do nothing. Let's just chant. Oh, Van 1-2. That's what it's called apparently. I mean, it's just like, some games just need to go. Like, some games just need, like, they've ran the course and it's over. It's like Infinite Discovery. I don't really need a sequel to Infinite Discovery. The game resolved itself perfectly fine. Now, without Profile, the game still has a lot of... Let's put it this way, there's a lot of things in Valve Profile that still haven't been explained, and still haven't really, like... It's hard to explain really with Valve Profile because there's so many endings to Valve Profile 1, and there's still a lot of things that I think need explaining more, and we need to see more of. Like, especially with Hearst and all that, like, we need to see more of, like... I mean, I don't really want to say too much because I don't want to spoil the plot of Valve Profile 2, but... Let's put it this way, Valve Profile... I mean, I don't need everything explaining. I'm not one of those people who demands closure for everything, because sometimes you just need to have things not explained, you know what I mean? Sometimes having things not be explained is actually a good thing. Ultimately, I've never ever seen it in my life. We're going to buy some of it regardless. But it's just like, because when you have like all these games that have sequels, it's like, there's really no point in having a sequel unless a game really needs a sequel, and Valve Profile does, because there's still bits of story that we still don't know about, like, and we still don't see. And the thing about Valve Profile 2 is, all it did is add more story to fill in, and it's just like, yeah, sure, Valve Profile 2 does resolve the series, it does. When you finish Valve Profile 2, it resolves it, but the thing is, it doesn't. It resolves the A ending of Valve Profile 1, but it doesn't resolve the B ending. And because the B ending of Valve Profile 1 was such an insult, I want to see a continuation from the B ending, or at least the C ending, or have something happen just before the B ending that's kind of... Even if it retcons the B ending of Valve Profile 1, I don't give a shit. Like, have something happen that retcons the B ending, or, like, have something carry on from the B ending. That's what they need to do. That way the B ending wasn't pointless, you know what I mean? But as it stands, the B ending is just pointless. And there's so many things you can do with it. It's like, for example, if you think about it with the whole, like... plate grease, those look nice. If you think about it with, like, the whole... Every Valkyrie has their own individual power. You can, like, say that, like... So Mary can look into the past through objects. Lenneth can detect human emotion or whatever. Like, she can detect, like, voices and, like, spirits in the present. So hers has to have something to do with the future. Now, this is what I would say would happen in a Valve Profile 3. Basically, it would start off in the past, but Hurst would end up somehow getting this premonition of the future, which would basically be the B ending, and she has to basically change the future where Lenneth wins the fight, you know, where Lenneth finishes the fight at the end of the B ending, and change that so it doesn't happen, and then everything goes to shit, and because time's changed. And it's not impossible, because the time machine in Japan, you know, you can do something with that. I mean, it's not like it hasn't been done before, let's be honest, but I don't know why I'm looking in this. I honestly don't. Hang on, even if you're not planning on buying much. Yeah. Oh, that's what we need to do. I was equipping. I wasn't thinking what I was actually doing. But yeah, that's what I want to see in a Valkyrie. Oh shit, that's a big upgrade. That's what I want to see in a... Oh, there's the plate greaves. Yeah, that's what I want to see story-wise in the Valk Profile 3. I want to see... I can't equip him, really? That kind of sucks, to be honest. Ah, fuck it, you'll be alright. You'll live. I mean, it's like... But other games, it's like Devil May Cry 5, to be perfectly honest, I never needed a Devil May Cry 5. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a good game, but... And a lot... I mean, I like Devil May Cry, but... Do we need another? Like, do we need a 5th Devil May Cry? Like, to be honest, I'd actually rather... Well, I already have it, apparently. I'd actually rather Itsuno did something completely new and fresh. Like, a new series with a new character. Now, this wouldn't be the case if Dante actually had more story. But here's the thing. The problem with Devil May Cry 5 is... Well, there's actually a lot of problems. Well, I suppose... I get what you're saying, Bob. I do, but what I'm saying is that the thing about Devil May Cry 5 that bothers me is the fact that they're trying to push Dante away because Dante's story is finished. And they're trying to start a new character, Nero. What they should have done is give Nero his own game, without Dante, with a completely different story, setting, and have the same sort of gameplay. You know what I mean? That's what they should have done. Not Devil May Cry 4. But because Devil May Cry is a strong brand, they went and did it. Now, if they're going to carry on Dante's story, that's fine and all, but they clearly want to focus on Nero, and that's the thing that bothers me. It's like, I've got nothing against Nero at all. But yeah, exactly. Dante's the reason why people play Devil May Cry. Like, if you didn't have Dante, it wouldn't be Devil May Cry, and that's the thing that annoys me, the fact that they're trying to focus on Nero. Like, I mean, Dante might be old, but that doesn't mean that he can't have a story. I mean, Kaim has lived for 1,000 years in Lost Odyssey, and he still has a story. So why can't Dante have a story? I just don't know. It's just like, really, and that's the problem with Devil May Cry 4, having to go through Nero's shit. Like, I don't have to go through Nero's bullshit just to get to the real meat of the gameplay, playing as Dante. You know, when I can just play Devil May Cry 3 and get straight to playing as Dante. You know what I mean? That's the problem I have with Devil May Cry 5. But there's more to it than just that. There's also the fact that I know that Capcom are going to miss out a lot of things. The thing that annoys me about it as well is that, and maybe I'm just nitpicking here, but Devil May Cry 5, like, Itsuno confirmed that it's going to take place after Devil May Cry 2. Now here's the thing about this, and a lot of people have said that I'm a bit crazy for saying this, but where's Majin Form? If you continue from Devil May Cry 2, you have to have Majin Form. And Majin Form is ridiculously powerful. Now, in the scene, I don't know if you guys want to be spoiled by this or not, I don't know if you're going to say this, but it was kind of an elite scene. But, I don't know, maybe I'll just say it anyways, just gonna warn spoilers, but it's just elite scene. It's apparently at the start of the game, so you don't have to worry too much about it. But basically, Dante gets his ass kicked by this demon guy, and I'm just like, you'd think that he would use his... You'd think that he'd use his Majin Form. The moment that he's weakened, he'd just trigger Majin Form and kick his ass, but no! He gets his ass kicked, and he doesn't even try to use Majin Form. It's like, I just don't buy that. Like, buy Devil May Cry 2. Yeah, sure, the game was terrible, but Dante was at his strongest at that point. Like, he could destroy bosses in seconds with that Majin Form. He could. He was ridiculously strong. And to see him lose power just makes no sense to me. It just boggles my mind. But at the same time, and here's the thing, it's not necessarily that bothers me, it's the fact that Itsuno he clearly doesn't know where he's going with the plot of the game. And because of that, And I know that the plot doesn't really matter that much in Devil May Cry, but Shinto made a video on Devil May Cry 3, and it's called The Power of Rivalry. That video really made a good point, and it perfectly summed up why Devil May Cry 3 was such an amazing game. I mean, obviously the gameplay is the biggest part of it, but the reason why I prefer Devil May Cry 3 over Devil May Cry 4 ultimately is because of that story. Because it directly ties into the player's involvement. It's like when you're fighting against Virgil and Virgil taunts Dante, he's taunting you, the player. The whole dynamic of rivalry between Virgil and Dante is essentially connected to the whole idea of mastery. It's connected to the rewarding element of mastery that the game's trying to deliver to the player. And it shows that the game is focused, and I really like that about Devil May Cry 3. It is a focused game, and it knows how to reward its players. But Devil May Cry 4, I mean, yeah, sure, the story in Devil May Cry 3 isn't that brilliant, but it served a purpose. That's the point, it served a really strong purpose. The problem with Devil May Cry 4 is it didn't serve a purpose. It didn't feel as focused as Devil May Cry 3. It tried to be Final Fantasy, well, actually no, not Final Fantasy, it tried to be Grandia 2 and 3 together, mixed with the gameplay of Devil May Cry. That's what it tried to be. It's basically Grandia 2 and Grandia 3's story combined with the gameplay of Devil May Cry 3. There's really no connection. There's really no bosses that taunt you. There's no strong rivalry there. And the thing about it is that Devil May Cry 3 just nailed the rivalry. It really did. And because of that, they'll never get it to be as amazing as Devil May Cry 3. I mean, they'll make good games. I mean, I'm not saying that Devil May Cry 5 won't be enjoyable. I'm sure it's going to be a really fun game. I'm sure it's going to be a really fun game. But the problem is that Devil May Cry 3 it set an example for future Devil May Cry games, and as such, it's kind of peaked, really, if you think about it. And Dante's story is finished, and I'm not saying that Dante being over means that we have to end Devil May Cry. I'm not saying that the whole idea of Devil May Cry's gameplay is problematic. I'm just saying I just want a separate world, a separate story, and a separate game for Nero. That's all I want. If you're going to end Dante's story, that is. Or if you're going to focus on Dante less. Either that, or I want a Devil May Cry game which actually focuses on Dante. That's what I want. Uh-oh, the test. But yeah. And that's the problem about things. It's not as great as Grandia 2, because it's not focused on the narrative. The narrative was just shoehorned into Devil May Cry 4 because it needed to cater to like a crowd that was established in that generation, and a lot of people play JRPGs, and a lot of JRPG fans are fans of Devil May Cry 4, so we just need to make our story, you know, have a sort of generic fantasy JRPG plot, and that's what they went with. But they didn't like go out there like Grandia 2 did. It's like Nero is no Ryudo by any stretch. He ain't. But he's probably a better character than Yuki though. And the thing about it is, and the thing about Nero is he's actually both Ryudo and Yuki together, although if you think about it, Dante is also Ryudo. Because the thing about it is, the whole dynamics of the plot in Devil May Cry 4 were taken straight out of Grandia 2 and 3. That's what I believe. Maybe it wasn't, but basically it's my philosophy that Grandia 2 and Grandia 3 inspired Devil May Cry 4's plot. And the reason for this is that Grandia 2, I don't really want to get into spoilers, but especially since I think KJ Gamer's playing through Grandia 2 right now, so I can't really go into too much detail, but basically, at least the intro. If you look at the intro of Devil May Cry 4, it's basically Kyrie singing. Now, it's not the intro of Grandia 2, but there is a scene in Grandia 2 where Elena's singing. Now, in both those scenes, like, both Nero and Ryudo clearly make, like, they obviously, they show that they're both defiant against religion, pretty much. And because of that, it's like, that's why I get the whole Nero and Ryudo kind of inspired by each other, but they're not the same really, they're very different. But they've got kind of like the same sort of attitude towards religion. But like the whole scene it's just the same thing really, if you think about it. But the thing about Grandia 3, that Grandia 3 takes from Devil May Cry 4 takes from Grandia 3, is the voice cast, and, well, not necessarily the entire voice cast, but, and the whole damsel in distress dynamic with Kyrie and Nero. It's the same thing with Yuki and Alfina in Grandia 3. And, you know, how, like, Alfina's brother is evil. It's just the same thing how Kyrie's brother, you have to fight him. You know what I mean? Like, the same sort of thing, and there's kind of like this rivalry between Nero and Credo, even though it's not really well designed, but then again, the whole rivalry between Emilius and Yuki wasn't that well designed either. But it's like, it's almost as if they... Oh, can't go through there, apparently. Thankfully, Devil May Cry 4 does not have a dippy intro song. Unfortunately, Chaos Legion had a dippy ending song. So, yeah. And that game... Like, I always said, the ending theme to Chaos Legion should have been the main theme of Grandia 3. Oh shit, that's not nice. That really is not nice at all. Let me... Oh shit, not again. Freaking eruption. Just trying to use this move. Can I use it, please? There we go. Oh, this freaking bitch trying to do this shit. Yeah, this is a tough battle, is this? Now I'm remembering why this dungeon's a pain in the ass, and it's not just because of the enemies, apparently. Well, the puzzles, apparently. Oh, great. We've already got casualties. Now, I have to get up close with these bitches. And now Joshua's getting bullied. That's the other thing about Chaos Legion, like, V is basically apparently going to be the... He's going to be the Zieg Warhite of the game, which, that surprised me. It's like, Capcom clearly remember that Chaos Legion exists because he's going to be the Legionator of the game, which kind of amuses me. It's just like, Capcom hasn't forgotten the epicness that was Chaos Legion. They haven't. But I don't think they're going to, like, remaster that game. I just can't see it happening. But where that Capcom see it, it's just, like, it was just basically a game to, like, keep people occupied while they were waiting for Devil May Cry 3, really. That's basically what it was. I'm trying to find the Resurrect bottles. Right, I need to, right, here we go. Where's Resurrect bottles? Where is it? That's Cinderella vial. I don't want that. Where's Resurrect bottles then? Because I need them. There we go. Here you can have some cheap fish that you cooked. As punishment, you have to eat your own shitty food. And you can have a baked turban shell, apparently. Don't know what that means, but you also have some spaghetti. But yeah, right, that's the problem with Chaos Legion. I don't think Capcom will return to it, but I think V's kind of paying a homage to it. And to be honest, I think V might actually be the most interesting character. He's kind of like going to be the wild card. He is the wild card in a way, but like if any character is going to impress me, it's V. And I think that really depends. Like whether I like Devil May Cry 5 or not depends on how good V's character is. Like if V is really fun to play, I might actually enjoy Devil May Cry 5 more. And that's not because I won't enjoy the gameplay at all, because yeah, I really should deal with this bitch. Yeah, stop blocking my attacks. Oh shit. That attack's not nice. It really is not nice at all. Thankfully Joshua is on the ball here. But he's not healing himself, unfortunately, which he should be. Oh, great. I don't know why they do that. But yeah, that's the only problem with the Chaos Legion reboot. Like, I just can't see it happening. I mean, obviously, like, it's pretty obvious that Capcom were trying to make a serious game. And then at the end, like, they thought, you know, eventually the person in charge of sound decided, well, this game's a joke. Let's make a let's make a song that truly takes the piss out of this messy game. And just like, you know, let's just pick like this cheesy song to play, like, at the end of it. Because why not? And yeah, Capcom dead IPs. Right, let's put it this way. Chaos Legion was a one-off. You won't have another Chaos Legion, I'm afraid. But I've accepted that. Like, Chaos Legion's had its time, and to be honest, like, it's not like there aren't games like Chaos Legion that aren't being made. I mean, as I say, Chaos Legion 2 was basically Castlevania Curse of Darkness, and if you think about it, or, like, maybe Devil Summoner, I don't know. But there's also, like, there's other ones, like, I think Knights of Azure has the same sort of thing as Chaos Legion. So, its legacy has lived on, and I think that's what matters, you know what I mean? And if you want the edgy nonsense, you can just play the bouncer. I mean, yeah, granted there's no edgy nonsense these days, which is kind of sad. I miss those days. But I think it's because the trend is dead, which is very sad. It's like there's no Pokemon Colosseum anymore. Pokemon's gone back to being a kiddie game again, and not about being a game for all ages, you know what I mean? That's the thing, like, that's the problem. I want dumb edgy shit as well. Like, I miss it. I miss those days where you had characters who were like, oh, I'm so depressed all the time, but at the same time I can summon massive demons, and I wield dual machine guns and shit. Like, it was so ridiculous, but, you know, that's the point. It was ridiculous, and people take edginess too seriously, and they think, oh, like, it's like, you're supposed to, like, take this, like, it's not, you can't take this seriously because it's so ridiculous, and it's just like, it's supposed to be ridiculous, of course it is. And then some people are like, oh, there's just like Gary Stu characters and shit, and it's just like, the whole point, and here's the thing about it, this is my argument against people who hate edgy shit. It's just like, when I play as a video game character, do I want to play as Emil from Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, or do I want to play as Ryudo? It's a pretty obvious answer, isn't it? Like, I want to play as a badass, of course I do. I want to play as a character that is kick-ass and proactive, you know what I mean? Who doesn't give no shits. No character who just whines like a little bitch, like Tidus and fucking Emil. You know, those characters bore me to death. Suppress thy footsteps. Oh, I'm forgetting this bit. I don't know what that bit means. I honestly don't. Right. Let's put it this way. This is the problem I have with gaming these days. Like, developers are trying too hard. That's the problem. Developers are just trying too hard, and because they're trying too hard, it means that the games just, they have no soul anymore. You know, they have no charm anymore. It's like, I'm playing Atelier Iris 2, that game, the story, it's not really anything amazing, but at least it tries. You know what I mean? At least it actually tries to add some humour to it, because it knows how silly it is. It knows that it's a generic plot, and it decides, you know what, we're just going to add some humour to it to mix things up, you know what I mean? So it does. I mean, come on, like, the main villain's the most obvious villain ever. I don't think you could have a more obvious villain, and the more I play it, the more obvious of a villain he becomes, and then it's just like, oh, he's probably going to be the main villain now, and it's just like, you know, it's just like, of course you're going to take the piss out of that shit. But that doesn't mean, like, the thing is, I can appreciate a game that can take the piss out of itself. Even Valk Profile 2 takes the piss out of itself. Like, you think Valk Profile 2 is a serious game, you haven't been into the Seraphic Gate. That's what I'm going to say. Because when you go into the Seraphic Gate, then you learn the true nature of that game. and you learn the true nature of Trice, especially in Covenant of the Plume. Like, the Seraphic Gate in Covenant of the Plume is fucking hilarious. Like, it is. I actually considered picking up Trinity Souls of Zilor at one point, but I never really got to it. But I did look into it. I did. But I was just on the fence. To be honest, I was on the fence with a lot of games in that generation. Like, I played a lot of shitty games, you see, and as a result, it's kind of like, you know, that, like, last generation, I mean, this generation's not that much better, but last generation had a lot of pretty fucking mediocre games, and it's just like, I really wanted to make sure the games were good, and yeah. Plus, there were a lot of games that I still hadn't finished at the time. Oh, I used the wrong move. Hopefully that cancelled it out. Nope, it didn't. I mean, like I said before, like, this generation, look, this decade, like, we're nearly in the freaking next decade. Like, this decade so far has been the worst decade in gaming ever. Period. Like, it has. Like, it's pathetic how bad this decade has become. Like, well, this decade is. I mean, you might think that I'm being a bit too cynical there, but it really has been a depressing decade. Like, I even thought to myself today, I'm like, you know, when I'm playing Far Cry Primal and modern games, not all of them, but a lot of them, I kind of have to force myself to enjoy them. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, you're playing this game and it's just like, oh, you have to think to yourself, oh, this is pretty cool, even though it's like, deep down you're thinking, can I just get to the fun bits? And you're just like, there's so much busy work, and then you're just like, you know, it's just like, there's really no soul in the game. It's just like, you're trying to enjoy it. You really have to try to enjoy games now. You didn't have to try to enjoy games back in the day, you just did. And that's just the way it is. And that's the thing, I don't think all games this generation and last generation are terrible. I just mean, a lot of games in this generation and last generation were very difficult for me to fully enjoy. They were just difficult games to get into because, like, you had to force yourself to enjoy them. Oh boy, here we go. The fucking puzzle. Hopefully Game FAQs hasn't fucked me over. But, right. So, I guess I have to press this switch here. Yep. But yeah, that's what gaming's like these days. That's the problem. Like, people say that, oh, you know, gaming's still good. No, like, it's still tolerable. It's still possible to have fun in games, but is it good? Well, like, is it good? Like, I'd say there are some good games, but is it amazing? No. Like, there's not been a game, aside from, like, the only game that has been amazing this gen, for me, is Odin Sphere Laythrasia. But that was a game released back in 6th generation. It's a reboot of a 6th gen game. So of course it's going to be amazing. But an actual 8th gen game, like, even, I mean, I like Star Ocean 5. I've had fun playing it, but let's not kid ourselves. The game got negative reviews and all that lot. Like, and also, let's be honest, Star Ocean 5 is pretty much, in a way, a reboot of this game. Even though it's actually directly connected to the timeline, story-wise, it does feel like a reboot of this game. It does. Right, hopefully, I don't fuck this up. Because if I do, then I'm blaming Game FAQs. Well, I can imagine having to force yourself for Dynasty Warriors 9. That game was just a train wreck that was doomed, considering the fact it was open world. But I can understand liking it as well, because, like, you can't really go wrong with the Dynasty Warriors formula. Actually, you can. Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3, yeah. I still can't understand how anyone could enjoy those games. I just couldn't. I just can't. I really just can't. Like, Dynasty Warriors 3, I haven't played 2, but 3 is just literally a masochist game. The thing that bothers me about Dynasty Warriors the most isn't the action. The combat I can tolerate. I can deal with that. Even though it has some flaws in Dynasty Warriors 3, I can tolerate that. But when you have all of these objectives that you have to accomplish on top of all that, that's when shit really starts to get annoying. Right, let's hopefully do it. Oh, hang on, I'm doing it the wrong way again. My god. I think I fucked up. But yeah, Star Ocean 5 is a game that everybody thought was an absolute dumpster fire. I think that Star Ocean 5 is a game that's low budget, but still fun. Like, let's put it this way. Did you enjoy Exist Archive? If you enjoyed Exist Archive, I think you're probably going to enjoy Star Ocean 5. That's basically what I'm going to say, because, I mean, both of them are low budget, but in kind of different ways. Exist Archive is low budget in the sense that it reuses a lot of assets constantly, and you have a lot of the same dungeons that you have to deal with a lot of the time, which kind of makes it, like, which kind of can get a bit tiresome at times, because it's like you're trying to get through the game, and it's like, there's so many enemies that you want to kill, and it's just like, there's so many side quests to do, and it's just like, it's always the same dungeon palettes every time. And as such, you can kind of tell, really, that there's really not much of it there. I'm actually going to just do it this way, but actually no, I'm actually probably going to leave and re-enter and do it again. Hopefully I can redo it. Yeah, 2 is worse. I'm pretty sure 2 is going to be worse. I'm not going to deny that, because I haven't played it, and to be honest, like, since games used to get better the further on they got, yeah, I'll just do this for the hell of it, why not? Even though it's not going to work. And there's a little glitch there. Yeah, it's not going to work. I want to see if I can reset it. Does this reset the thing? I just want to see if it does. Right. Yeah, the story in Exist Archive, like, I think it's a bit weird with story in, like, even Valve Profile was weird with that, to be honest. Like, it's just like trying to be Valve Profile where the story's like, this bitch in front of me is trying to really fucking ruin my day, isn't she? And now she's running away from me. I don't think so. You better stay dead. But yeah, like, I mean, Exist Archive, it has a low budget to it, and the story, well, I just think that it kind of drags on a bit too much at certain points. But, really, ultimately, the game is fun to play, it's enjoyable. It is. The combat's great, and like, the story I don't think is the worst thing ever once you actually play through it, but at the same time, like, I can understand exactly what you're saying, Bossenberg, like, why can't they just tell a simple story anymore? Like, why does everything have to be so complicated? Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. I mean, Chaos was, well, the only thing that's brilliant about that game to me is the voice acting. It's a really masterpiece. But yeah, like, I think ultimately with Trice, they did the best with what they had. And to be honest, what they've made out of their games, oh great, it's decided to stop for a second there. What they've made out of their games, considering the budget that they had to work with, is pretty good, if you ask me. But just making sure I've got this one rid of. Right. I'm guessing I have to do it in order. Typical. And you're gonna interrupt again. Yeah, always go for me, you know. But yeah, that's the way I see it. I think they've had budget issues, but I think the games themselves are still enjoyable. Just don't expect too much from them. But then again, to me, every game this generation is like that. So I've just come to expect it, especially considering Trice's budget. Like I say, I've just come to expect that. And even still, despite that, Star Ocean 5 felt refreshing to me, because it maintained the things that made Star Ocean Star Ocean, and it was refreshing to finally have a game that was just like all the other Star Ocean games. It was refreshing to actually have a Star Ocean game again. Right. The English voices, the bitching about it, like, the English voices in Star Ocean 5 are fucking pretty damn good. It's got Crispin Freeman in it, like, and he does a pretty good job. Emerson's voice actor, freaking Christopher Corey Smith, who looks like Chuck Norris. How can you freaking not like his voice in acting? I mean, granted, it was in World of Warcraft, but he did do one of the Dreadlords in World of Warcraft. He did Mal'Ganis. So, you know, you can't hate on any voice actor who does one of the Dreadlords. You just can't. And he actually did a pretty decent one. It's not as good as the original, but it's pretty good. So I don't think he's a bad voice either. I mean, sure, Eden Regal's annoying. I never liked her voice at all, but, like, that's just my personal taste, I suppose. Oh, you're talking to Exist Archive. Well, Eden Regal's in that as well. But Tri-Ace seem to love using Eden Regal. I suppose that's the thing, it's not really Tri-Ace's say, is it? It's the publisher's say. But, ignore that. Right, I'm going to press this. I'm only going by one section of the guide, not the actual pattern. If this doesn't work, I'll go with the pattern. I guess that's it. I guess we did it. Oh shit, no! I've got no MP, I'm not prepared for this. Shit. I was not prepared for this shit. The boss fight out of fucking nowhere. Jeez. This was not expected. The good thing is that I did save just before this. And I could do the puzzle again. Real men don't need MP. Well, let's see if we can do it without needing to gain too much MP. Hopefully that Zweihander is gonna be really oh shit. Things are going wrong. But fortunately Joshua's on the ball. I think if we keep him alive, it should be alright. Oh no! What's going on? I did not want to do that move. Now I have to swap to Seus. And Seus doesn't have any MP at all, so I have to resurrect. Hang on. It's where is he? Where's the resurrect ball? We've got plenty of them now. Right, let's get him back in the action. No, we don't want to change him out, we want to... Shit, this ain't going well, is it? Fuck me. Yeah, we're gonna have to reload the game, but I did save! But yeah, this didn't go well. I didn't remember there was a boss fight coming. Right, let's resurrect Joshua, he'll heal us up. Just good to distract him. That wasn't the move I wanted to use. Great, Joshua just got killed. Right, Joshua, you better... Don't know what he just did there. Oh, fuck. Quick, resurrect him. Don't die. No, don't. No. Okay, resurrect somebody else. Resurrect Seus. Bring him back in the action. Now I need to swap characters. Nope, not that button. No. It's very hard to do this with an Xbox controller, isn't it? Constantly having to swap characters. Then you have to use the item. What happens when you play an old game, you see. Like, now I have to swap back to Roddick, Use item. I'm going to try and heal him up this time. That went well. So I have to go all the way back to him and resurrect him. It's like the moment I bring him back, dead immediately. Right. This is a problem every Star Ocean game has, where you have to constantly heal everybody and then they die and then you have to heal them again and they die again. Actually, hang on a minute, we need to use mixed syrup. Hang on, what does sweet syrup? That restores 8. Where's mixed syrup then? Because that's kind of what I need here. Right, there we go. That'll be handy. If he actually doesn't die, I can actually use the item again, bring him back to life. Wrong move again! I fucking used the wrong fucking move again. Great. Yeah. Right, that stunned him, which gives us a chance to get CS back in action. Don't use your freaking thingy move. That wouldn't be good. Oh great, now he's dead. Joshua's not really been doing much, has he? Right, let's just try and hit him. Ooh! We did it! We got through it! We got through the fight! I'm impressed with myself for that. I am really impressed that I got through that. I didn't expect that I would be able to get through that. Right, I was not ready for that fight. Had I been ready for it, we would have been alright. Had I fully healed for that fight, wouldn't have been a problem. But unfortunately, I fucked up. But yeah, I think it's worth playing Star Ocean 5, as long as you go into it not expecting it to be amazing. I think if you're a fan of Star Ocean, it's still worth playing. I mean, if you're not a Star Ocean fan, you probably won't even understand why. You probably won't even get the appeal to begin with. But if you do like it, then you probably should play the other Star Ocean games anyways, because basically if you like this sort of game, then you probably end up liking Star Ocean 5. I mean, the thing about it is that all the problems with Star Ocean 5 come from Star Ocean 3, basically. No, I could just walk out, can't I? I should have just done that. I didn't even know it was a giant turtle. Oh, actually no, I can't. Right. Let's make sure we're fully healed, just in case we end up fighting something. But yeah, those mixed... Well, I didn't actually use the mixed syrup, did I? Let's find the blackberries. These are what we really need. But yeah, I mean, people just bitch about English voice acting anyways. It's just ridiculous. It's like I was brought up with shitty voice acting, so I don't care either way. I was brought up with freaking actually I don't know what I'd define as what I was brought up with, to be honest. Most games that I was brought up with didn't have voice acting at all. But, you know, you have games that had shitty voice acting, and I've played them, and they're fun. It's like people have actually complained about Grandia 2's voice acting. I'm like, how can you complain? It's like, people have actually reviewed the game and said that, ooh, the voice acting is just, stupid. And I'm just like, how can you complain about the voice acting of Grandia 2? That game was released in a time where voice acting was terrible. Just awful. Except games like Kudelka, most games at that time were just dreadful. But it had the Metal Gear voice cast, you know, and the Metal Gear voice cast was directed by Chris Zimmerman, so they know their shit. But I don't know who actually directed them in Grandia 2, but I know that the voice actors, they know their shit. The people who did Grandia 2's voice acting. So, because, as I said, they did Metal Gear Solid, so how can you complain about the voice acting? You know what I mean? And yeah, there were a lot. Some of them were in Warcraft 3 as well. So you know, or at least one of them was in WoW. One of them wasn't in Warcraft 3, but yeah. And now I'm forgetting the story is actually happening in this game. But yeah, that's the thing. Like Grandia 2's voice acting, like especially the voice acting for Melphis. Melphis's voice acting is some of the best voice acting of that time, hands down. I don't think there's very few scenes that are as well voice acted, characters that are as well voice acted as Melphis. Like he doesn't have many lines, but every single line he has is delivered perfectly, like absolutely perfectly, and they just really just nail him. You know what I mean? Like just nail his voice perfectly. And people complain about it. It's like, yeah, sure, the voice acting isn't the best, and it can come across as cheesy, but come on, it's Grandia 2. The entire game's a cheese ball. It's fucking cheesy as hell. But it's not supposed to be like 100% serious. You know, it's cheesy, and that's part of its charm. You know what I mean? I mean, the voice acting in this game, for example, at the start of the game, where it's just like, would you like some coffee, Captain? And he's like, yes, I'd like that. Thank you. It's like, there's no emotion in any of the voices. They're literally reading off a script. And this was back on the SNES, so I suppose that's an unfair comparison, but still, like, that was the start of the 6th generation. And yeah, Elena's voice isn't the best. Like, she's probably the cheesiest voice of them all. But, like, Millennia's voice was great. And, like, Marek's voice was pretty good. Ryudo's voice was pretty good. And Melphis's voice was legendary. So, you know, you can't really complain. Really, I mean, Elena's probably got the only one that's problematic. Oh yeah, Sky, yeah, it's Paul Riding. Well, he's been in both Metal Gear Solid and Warcraft 3, so, you know. I mean, he played 2 roles in Warcraft 3. He played Van Mathras and he played Gul'dan. That's how epic he is. He didn't just get 1 role, he got 2 roles. And, like, Warcraft 3 is like the Hall of Fame for voice actors, at least the old voice actors. All the old voice acting, like, best old voice actors are in that game. Like, you've got Tony J, you've got Michael Bell, you've got Michael McConaughey, you've got freaking, as I say, I don't know if it is, but I think Paul St. Peter plays Balnazar. I've always argued he does. Like, just listen to Xemnas, then listen to Balnazar in Warcraft 3. I swear the same sound. I swear the same voice. And, of course, Paul Riding. You know, like, great voice actors. Great voice actors. I mean, obviously you have Chris Metzen himself, whose voice is Thrall, and a few other people who do some voices of other characters. But it's like, and this was in that was kind of in the early time as well. So yeah, we have to find the Eye of Truth. Bring it forth. And what's he bringing us? Proof that you are the ones who know the truth about the Eye of Truth. I know the truth about the Eye of Truth. The Van Emblem, nice. Yeah, 6th gen was when voice acting really started to get really good. Although some of the old voice acting, you know, you can't beat that. You can't beat crappy voice acting, let's be honest. That's one thing I do miss, like, games having shitty voice acting. I mean, the only games that have shitty voice acting now are, like, freaking, like, indie games. But even then, they try too hard and they kind of ruin it. They don't have the cheesiness of it, you know what I mean? Sacred Beast. I forgot what that is. But yeah, 6th gen, definitely. I mean, just listen to the voice acting in Valk Profile 1, 4 Kids dub. Listen to the voice acting in Valk Profile 2, Lazard has an epic dub. and his dub is better than the Japanese dub in my opinion. No offense to the guy who does Dio and Jade and all that lot, no offense to him, but Liam O'Brien is just fucking amazing. Like, he's just fucking legendary. So, really, you can't really complain about voice acting in this day and age. Oh shit. Like, it has come a long way, and another thing that bothers me is people complaining about lip sync. I mean, Valve Profile 2's lip syncing is fucking horrendous. Like, that's one of its issues, but I don't even bother bringing it up because what's the point? It's just lip sync. It's not a big deal. It's like Infinite and Discovery's lip sync is terrible as well, but Infinite and Discovery also has some pretty shitty fucking voice acting as well. But it also has some good voice acting. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people knock Infinite and Discovery's voice acting. But what Infinite and Discovery's voice acting isn't all bad. Some of it's amazing, but a lot of it as well is pretty bad. It's like all the Aristos have shitty voices. I'm not even kidding. It's just like, I talk like this and I read off a script like this the entire game. That's literally how a lot of them talk in Infinite and Discovery. But some of them, the main character Capel, he has a pretty good voice acting. Jason Labrecht or whatever he's called. He does a really good job of doing the voice for Capel. Like, I don't care what anyone says, he does. And it's just like, you know, people shitted on the voice acting in that game just because of a few voices. Just because of a minority. And the lip sync as well, which, yeah. And Final Fantasy X, it's funny that you bring that up, because Final Fantasy X too, like, I remember Spoonie complaining about the lip sync in that game. It's just like, Spoonie just... The thing about Spoonie, yeah, sure, he tries to be entertaining, and I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff that he has done has been funny, but the guy masquerades as a reviewer. He ain't a reviewer. He's a ranter. He is, because the guy nitpicks every single fucking thing in existence. Like, I've never known such a freaking nitpicker in my life. Like, that's all Spoonie ever did. Like, yeah, sure, his content you could consider to be entertaining, but all he does is nitpick the games. I mean, I'll give him something. He did bring up a few points about Final Fantasy VIII, but a lot of his reviews just nitpick the fuck out of games. It's just like, really? You're complaining about this for like so long? It's just like, what's the point? Like, it's clear that you've run out of ideas on what you should complain on, you know what I mean? It's just like, the whole idea of it calling a review, like, it's not a review, it's a rant. It's the same thing with Pro Jared. Like, Pro Jared and Spoonie, the biggest issue with those two, and the biggest issue I have with those two people, is the fact that, not necessarily the people themselves, but the fact that their reviews spoil the entire plot of the game. Now, yeah, sure, they might be bad games, but is that really your place to judge whether the story is good or bad? Someone might actually play that game and like the story. Just because a game is bad doesn't mean... I'm really ignoring the plot here. Just because a story is bad doesn't mean that you should spoil it, because someone might actually think it's good, and they'll be pissed that you spoiled it. And yeah, like, Final Fantasy VIII is very controversial. I mean, I personally, like, I played through it, like, believe it or not, more than I wanted to. I actually played through it twice or 3 times, I forget now, mainly because I was just trying to get to grips with the combat system. I mean, the game has a lot of interesting... It has an interesting setting, even if the setting isn't meshed well at all, because it's just ridiculous. Like, you have, like, this sort of, like, 60s sort of setting, I'm guessing, I don't know, but you also have this, like, really futuristic setting. It's like all these different, technologically different settings meshed together, and it's just, like, it's weird, but, you know, that's kind of what makes it interesting. It's like, well, in one area they're still using, like, radio waves, yet on another continent they have this really super futuristic space thing that's going on, like this sort of space exploration deal, and it's just like, it's fucking crazy. Like, there's a thing that launches you into space, and it's just like, how did they come up with this shit? Meanwhile, on the other continent, they're still experimenting with radio waves and shit. And it's just like, it's ridiculous, but I can accept that as being ridiculous. But ultimately, Final Fantasy VIII is a game that I think I think it's overhated. I do. I think the game is overhated, but I don't really think the game personally is a good game. I really don't think it is. It's not brilliant to me. Like, I really don't consider it to be a good game. It has a few good things, like some of the music's good and some of the scenes can be funny, but like it has a lot of issues. Like some of the dungeons, my god, like the freaking prison dungeon. Whoever thought that was a good idea, fire that person right now, because the prison dungeon in Final Fantasy VIII was garbage. The Ragnarok dungeon in Final Fantasy VIII was garbage. Those dungeons are the bane of my existence. Like, an SNES horror game recently. Was that the game that you had that where you took pictures? Is that the game you're talking about? The game where you had a journalist class? Good. Now, I don't remember what it is, but I know there was a game you reviewed which had a journalist class. That's all I really remember. God, this dialogue's been going on for a while. I've been just basically ignoring the whole lot of it. Well, I've not been keeping up with the story at all, but maybe that's for the best. Go up, no go down, no go back up, no go back down. Oh yeah. And it was the same. The thing that makes the prison even worse is it's just copy paste the same dungeon over and over and over again. Let's go over it again just so I can remember. Oh, hang on. Games froze again. We need to have an audience with the king of each kingdom to collect information about the location of the Eye of Truth. That's a very complicated way of getting information. You just ask people in town. Like, here's a good way of getting information. Go into town and say, hey, I'm Captain Bash from Ronsenburg, Dalmasca. That's a good way of getting information. Get everybody's attention and suddenly say, oh, well, I just want information of the Eye of Truth. Or maybe you can go to an informant tent and you can go and arm wrestle with the guy inside to get information. But no, we're going to go and see the freaking king of each kingdom to get information. You know, then again, I'd rather not have to go through the ordeal of arm wrestling again. Like, I don't think my hands are ready for that unfair treatment that I had to deal with. Now that was an ordeal. Right, so basically we're done in Van. There might be some private actions to do, and really the rest of the game for now is just backtracking anyways. So there's going to be a lot of private actions to do. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do here, but we'll see. Euromatics can lend me some money, I need to buy some booze. Shopping of my own. I know what he's shopping for. I know what he's shopping for. He's going to the bar. That's where he's off. Oh, this here we'll have to see. Right, let's see, where could he possibly go? Let's check the item shop, because if you go in shopping then you might actually be... The shoe store? There's a shoe store. And his name is Victor. Hopefully it's not the Victor from Chaos Legion. Ancient shoes. Like, they haven't been worn in years and we haven't even cleaned them, but we're going to sell them for a massive price. It's like, no thanks. Let's go to the bar, see if he's in here. Maybe he's already done his rounds. Maybe he's already spent up, you never know. Right, let's have a look, see if he's up here. I don't know, he won't be in this house here, but... Yeah, like, analysis... Like, that's the thing, like... It's like Shintai, for example. Shintai, I'd say, is more of an analysis guy than a reviewer at this point. Because... because he just goes so in depth with his reviews that really he's gone to the point of becoming an analysis guy. Really, I mean, he still can review. Don't get me wrong, but he's become more of an analysis sort of guy. You know what I mean? And I think that's better for him, to be honest, because his reviews really, like, he's always wanted to go long-winded, and if you want to go long-winded, you know, and also his new content where he's talking about specifics and narrative, I think that's really good for him as well. Like, it's just like, eventually you have to find your niche, and you know, we all like doing reviews, but eventually you gotta find your niche. It's like you do your Gamer's Encyclopedia bio, and Shintai does his like talking about like specific aspects in game narrative and stuff, and I suppose I do theory crafting, but that's a problem that I'm having. It's just like, well, I'm not really sure what I want to do now. I've got ideas of what I want to do, but really it's kind of like, the problem is that I just don't know how I'm going to format everything that I want to do, but at the same time it's like coming up with ideas for theory crafting is starting to get tougher now. And yeah, like, and the thing about theory crafting is it really hasn't done what I wanted to do, and after, like, the thing is, theory crafting is in a way a success because I've actually got the answer. Well, looking at stuff can be pretty interesting, you know, especially if it's booze. But yeah, no bad action there. But it's like, I want to do something more practical, you know what I mean? Because basically, when I did theory crafting, it's like, I wanted it, like, really, it doesn't really cater to you guys at all, and it doesn't cater to anybody that is in my audience at all, like, really. Even though I wanted to cater to a specific audience, it really didn't end up doing it, and really, it's not as helpful as I really anticipated it being. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it has been, and I don't regret doing it. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I do theory crafting. I'm not necessarily done with it completely, because the whole idea of theory crafting is to like go into more detail as to like how I look at games and stuff. And I think that's good to know if people are reading my reviews and all that. It gives people more insight as to what I think, so it has served a purpose. But ultimately, I think really I need to do something else. And the thing about it is that I don't want to be the news guy, you know what I mean? But I do want to live up to my name as Cynical Gaming Blog, and to do that, yeah, I'm just seeing if anybody's around, like, because everybody seems to be in weird areas. But yeah, I don't want to be that news guy, and to be honest, I don't even enjoy that. I won't even enjoy that to begin with. I mean, granted, I have put news on my website, but it's not front page. I won't front page that shit. It's just basically just saying my opinions, and just because basically I can't fit it in a Twitter post, so I just put it in on my website. That's basically the gist of it. But yeah, news, no. But really, I just want to talk about how shitty the gaming industry is. That's kind of what I want to do. In a way, I already do it in streams. And I could probably say it now, but like, maybe I should actually do videos on, like, a video on that. I mean, I have ideas about it, but I just don't know how to format it. Right, I don't know if there's anyone at the castle. I guess we can have a look and see. Maybe I have to leave town and re-enter. I don't know. It's weird with private actions. It really is. That's probably what I'm going to do. Just leave town and re-enter. Oh, hang on a minute. But yeah, that's the thing, like, I just want to know what I can really do that people will want, really. I mean, it's like, I don't want to do Let's Plays forever. Like, Painkiller, that's basically just a way to fill in the gap, because, to be perfectly honest, like, I'm not really happy with my lack of content recently. I really am not. I'm not happy at all, but considering the situation that's going on with me in real life at the moment, I really haven't had the time to focus on working on videos or blog content, unfortunately. Nor have I had the ability to do so either, so it's been a bit complicated. Very complicated year for me, and it's still going. Now, here's the thing about a podcast. Man, I'm bored. Because he's not drinking and fighting, that's why. The thing about a podcast, and I was actually listening to the Backlog Battle podcast like today, and I just thought to myself, you know, the thing if I did a podcast, it'd be like, what would I talk about? Like, the thing about podcasts is that most people talk about news, and it's just like, yeah, I'm trying to see. Well, I don't think CS has got anything interesting to say, so I'll just leave. Right. But yeah, that's the thing, like, I just don't think that I could add anything to a podcast, and to be honest, here's the thing. This is a podcast to me. Live streams. To me, this is the same thing as a podcast. I don't see what maybe there is a difference, I don't know, but to me, this is where I get to talk about shit that I want to talk about. You know what I mean? And really, a podcast would just be this, but without the video game footage. That's basically what a podcast would be, if you think about it. And that's the reason why, like, yeah, that's the thing, like, that's the reason why I do this, because I just think, well, I don't want to just have, like, a blank screen where I talk about nonsense and shit, like, I want to actually have a game, and the game gives me something else to talk about as well while I play it, and it also allows me to share the games I love with people, you know what I mean? So people can see, like, the games that I enjoy, because it allows me to showcase them, so it kills two birds with one stone. And believe me, you're not the first person to say do a podcast to me, because someone else wanted me to do podcasts as well, and, you know, I just think there's just no point. And also at the same time, it's just like, I'm not the sort of person, like, to be at the helm of a podcast at all. Like, I just really don't have enough to say to warrant a podcast. And plus at the same time, it's like, podcasts, you need to have a more tighter schedule, and really, I'm not up for that right now. I think if I do a podcast, people would expect a bit too much from me, and yeah, that's just the way I see it. It's just like, well, the live streams are basically my way of interacting with everybody and just telling everybody what my current views are on things. And yeah, that's another thing, like, how do people keep up with podcasts? Like, it's like, most podcasts are just the news. It's just like, oh, big games coming out, what do you want me to say? It's just like, yet another AAA piece of shit has been released today. And it's published by EA, so you know it's going to be shit. You know what I mean? Right, for some reason I can't do a private action here. I don't know why. Maybe there aren't any private actions here yet. But yeah, like, I don't really listen to podcasts, to be honest. That's another thing. I just don't listen to them. I think the only one that I've listened to the most is Shinchai's Final Bosses podcast, which ended, and now he only does Backlog Battle, which, to be honest, I don't really listen to that as much. Mainly because, well, it's not on YouTube, although apparently it's coming back to YouTube. But also because, I don't know, like, that's the thing, like, when I watched it back on YouTube, it was just the highlights, and I don't count that as watching a podcast, but, yeah, that's the thing, like, it's like, aside from that, I really haven't watched many podcasts at all. But yeah, Phoenix Edge, I've watched them a bit. As I say, I've watched a few of their podcasts, but it's not really something that's going to stick to me all the time. It's going to be a thing that's... Because the thing about it is that Phoenix Edge is a good podcast and all, but it's like... I don't really know them that well. Not really. It's like... Maybe if I'm... Like, I know Shintai, so a podcast with him I can enjoy more, but a podcast with people that I don't know, it's just like, I just can't get into it as much. It's like, maybe if I knew them more, I probably would be more willing to watch, but that's the thing. That's the thing about podcasts, it's just like, and that's another thing, it's just like, you know, with things like Discord, I think everybody who knows me, because I'm very vocal about things, when I say something, I'm just going to say it, you know what I mean? I don't really need a podcast to say my piece, I just say it anyways, and anyone who on Dial's Discord probably knows that I'm willing to say everything on there anyways. Because I pretty much spend most of my time on there, Discord wise, so yeah, that's the thing, like, I don't really have too much to say other than that. I basically say what needs to be said on there. And it's just like, when you have a podcast, it's like, well, it's like, what more do I add to it? I've already brought up what I needed to bring up. What now do I talk about? I'm very vocal, foot bitches get money. And that was a pointless house. Yeah, for some reason I can't do private actions yet. But there's a lot of backtracking that needs to be done. Hang on. Can we actually go somewhere else first? Or do we only have to go to, or can we only go to Trot? Yeah, I have to go to Chop then, don't I? But yeah, like, that's the thing, really, I mean, I just say what I want to say and that's it. I don't want to be all fancy with it and just say, oh, hey guys, today is the so-and-so podcast, cynical podcast or whatever the hell, and I'm going to talk about shit, and I'm going to talk about all this shit. I'm just like, I'm just going to say it. And the thing about it is, and the reason why I like doing live streams the most is because people give me something to talk about. It's just like, I can bounce conversations off of other people. When I make a conversation, then they can say something and it adds something to it. Rather than talking to a brick wall and not interacting with people. It's just like, it's just not my thing. Unless it's something that's informative or something that's better done scripted. Like, I just rather just say it out loud, you know what I mean? That's where live streams work in a way. But the thing is, I'm definitely no streamer. Really, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm a writer first, streamer second. Well, not writer as in novel writer, writer as in blog writer. You know, that's basically what I put first. So really, I'm not a full-time streamer material. But at the end of the day, I enjoy doing the streams that I do. So, because it allows me to do what I need to do, and plus I get extra free footage for doing it as well, which is really nice. So, whenever you see footage that you've seen before and you're thinking, hang on, I've seen that footage before, that's because I've reused it from a stream. Yeah, I know, very lazy, but it saves me having to record more footage, and, you know, that's the whole idea. So, like, I reused that Devil May Cry video, like that Devil May Cry stream that I did at the end of that super hot stream. I reused that when I did the last fairy crafting video. Which, the thing about it is that with that video, it's like, that video was kind of a replacement for my other one, which was like engagement, and honestly I'm a bit pissed off at myself really for screwing that up. Like, I really did not like that engagement video that I did at all, because really I didn't go into enough detail and I really just skimmed through it, and really it ended up just wasting everybody's time by saying something that really didn't matter. And to be honest, I kind of want to rethink how I look at engagement, honestly, and that's where the tricky bit comes in. How do I tackle that? Because at the moment, here's the thing, aside from my Painkiller Let's Play, which is all done and it's just scheduled, like, the next one will be up on, what day is it now? Right, the next one will be up on the 11th, but aside from Painkiller, which has been uploaded, I don't know, like, I'm kind of trying to take a break, to be honest. Because it's been a pretty hectic year last year, and yeah, like, I don't know. I really need to think over what I want to do next. I wish I did that for Eternal Quest. Probably should have done. Probably should have. That's what I would have done, but oh well. I suppose you get more footage. It's like you can never have too much footage. It's like I have an obsession now. Whenever I play a game now, I always screenshot it, even if I never review it. I mean, that's another thing I'm wondering about. What should I do for my next review? Like, I've had thoughts of certain games that I should do, but it's just like I haven't really got that much to say about them compared to what I had to say with Arno Surge. I just don't. Like, there's some good games and there's some mediocre games, but maybe I just need to think about it more. But I don't know. Like, that's the thing about reviews that's becoming hard. It's just like I want something I have a lot to say about, and I want to say something that hasn't already been said before, to really express like why I really enjoy a certain game. Eternal Quest 64. That game needs to happen. But yeah, it's like, to be honest, like, in terms of ideas, I've had more ideas for games to stream than anything, really. I have. And the thing is that, in a way, streaming, I enjoy it the most. I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy streaming the most, because it's easy to do, and I get to chat with people. But obviously, you know, like, I can't just do streams, I have to do something else. And the thing is, it's not that I don't like doing other things. As I say, I am a writer first. It's just finding the topics and the format and everything else, and also to see if it's better done in video or not. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I did a blog recently, and it was about subscription fees, and don't know if any of you read it, but like, it didn't have any images whatsoever, because what can I put as an image for subscription fees? You know what I mean? And that's kind of the thing where I'm like, well, a video would probably be better, but it's just like, you know, the content I want to do, I just don't know how to properly do it. That's the issue. You know what I mean? Ooh, this might be a fair action. I mean, sometimes I just think maybe video reviews, but at the same time, how do I format that? And that means I'd have to look at my reviews and think, how am I going to get through this? Because, you know, there are games that I would like to do video reviews for, but at the same time, is there any point? I don't know. It has crossed my mind, but most of it would be just repeating the same shit again. No, I don't know if there's any private actions to do around this area. Oh yeah, there's that role-playing game thing, isn't there? Well, I don't think there's any point, to be honest. Let's see if there's anyone at the boozer. Right, honestly, I might as well be streaming this game blind. I really might as well, to be honest. And no one's at the bar. Shame. But yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's the thing about it. It's like, I just don't know the format to do it, and that's the big issue. I know there's a private action in the Moor Kingdom. I need to go there. And now I'm getting comments from Majority in my inbox, which has appeared on right over the chat. So yeah, but yeah, I don't plan on being AVGN at all now. That's just not really me at all. Definitely not an entertainer sort of person. I wish I was, you know, I wish I was entertaining, but no. It's just like, I'm not a funny guy. I'm just not. But, you know, informative I can be, but funny, no. It's not me. I mean, I'd love to be funny. I like comedy. I'm the sort of person who puts comedy over serious, like, dramatic narrative sort of thing. You know, comedy's everything for me. I can find a comedy funnier than anything serious. Yeah, that's another thing. It's just fucking annoying. I'm listening to some people do reviews like that. Right, let's see if there's a private action here. And that's basically it. Backtracking, see if there's private actions, but I don't remember this game well enough, to be honest. I really don't. Not gonna lie. Ronix is around. Maybe we should have a smoke. That's maybe what we should do. Oh, what's going on here? Hey Majority, I just got your comment. And I mentioned it just then. How's it going, Majority? You've been busy recently, haven't you? Busy doing a lot of stuff, like freaking a stream or Premiere thing. It's Premiere, isn't it? With like every single video on it. Which is, yeah, that's probably taken a lot of work, so you must have been pretty busy throughout Christmas time. But yeah, as I say, I've been pretty busy too, so I can understand why. I'm probably not as busy as you, but I have been pretty busy trying to get everything sorted. You know how things can be in times. See if there's any items I need to pick up. Got Max Composer's pen, so I'll be alright. But yeah, this game's an awesome classic. So yeah, I think now I've done that thing with Marvel, I should be able to, yeah. Like Premiere, like the thing about it is I only did it once for a Painkiller video, mainly because I just wanted to rant about Painkiller Hell and Damnation, how the original is just so much better and fairer. Like that Painkiller Hell and Damnation docs, that was a fucking pain in the ass. It really was. But yeah. So like also like the thing about Premieres is that I don't know how the YouTube algorithm will handle them as well. I mean, I'm not one to fuss about the YouTube algorithm and that lot, but it's like maybe they'll show up as premieres immediately, but I heard that like live streams, after the live stream's gone, like it's just kind of like YouTube just leaves it to rot, you know what I mean? And that's the thing about live streams. So maybe premieres will end the same way, but the thing about it is that live streams, like, I mean, they're fun to do, and the way I see it as well is that premieres, well, they I kind of like how you can communicate with people, but it's like, I'd rather just save that for the live stream. And, like, if people see a live chat, and it's a psychological thing, if people see the live chat, they say, you know, I wasn't here for the party, you know, I missed the party, you know what I mean? And because of that, they just don't feel inclined to stick around, you know what I mean? That's the one thing about it. So, it's not just the algorithm, it's a psychological thing, and it's just like, you know, sometimes it might be better to just do regular videos, just every now and again, but obviously not to cut the live streams, and not to cut the every now and again premieres, but You know, that's just my views on it, really. I think it's a cool idea, but I wouldn't get too addicted to it, personally. Because I just think, psychologically speaking, people don't like to miss the party. But, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, the video ain't communicating with the live stream, and I know that much. It's just a case of, like, the streamers, like, who are there live, like, usually the host of the premiere's there and chatting, like you were there and chatting in your premiere, you know what I mean? People don't like to miss the party, and if they miss the party, they just don't feel a part of it. And as such, they just like, oh, this was already, like, done live, and I'm not a part of it, so I'm not going to bother watching it. People are weird. It's, like I say, it's a psychological thing, it's a weird thing, but that's the way I look at it. But I think with the way you're doing it, Majority, it's not really that bad because you're uploading all the videos separately anyway, so it's not really a problem. Really, that's the thing. It's just the fact that if you were to just do premieres willy-nilly, I wouldn't be so sure about it. Like, I'm not really too sure if it will work well. But, as I say, I don't know enough about premieres, really. I'm just basically... I always look at the worst possible outcome. That's just the way I roll. I'm afraid to say, but... You know what I mean? I'm cynical towards YouTube like I am cynical towards gaming, because, let's be honest, YouTube, as Americans call it, like, it's very hard to trust YouTube now, you know what I mean? They come up with this amazing thing, but will it be amazing? Like, they've screwed so much up that, you know what I mean? Very hard to trust them. But that's just basically my reviews on it, really. Well, I suppose you can hide it, but I just look at it from that perspective, really. And yeah, YouTube gaming, like, YouTube streams in general, they aren't good. I mean, there's a reason why Black Metal Gamer's moving to Twitch, because, let's be honest, Twitch is where, like, Twitch just has better tools for streaming. It just does. And it's also where all the money is. Now, I'm not saying that BMG's in it for the money, I'm just saying, oh well, street people have gone to Twitch because that's where the money is. Because it's like, some streamers that I watch on Twitch, like, I'm not saying that they're all loaded and they make a lot of money from Twitch, but some of them, you know, let's put it this way, they make more than any of us do doing content. Let's put it that way. Like, because once you get, like, Twitch, I mean, obviously when you start on Twitch it's not that easy, but once you get, like, kind of Twitch affiliate, that's when the money just starts coming in, you know what I mean? At that point, it's just bonding with your audience. That's basically it. And it's not about getting big anymore, it's just about bonding with your audience, and then the money just comes to you. And really, that's the thing about Twitch, it's not about getting big. YouTube's about getting big, Twitch is about getting an audience that trusts you, you know what I mean? Building a trustworthy audience, and in that regard I think it works better for people who want to make money, but for me, I see this as better because I like to be able to reuse the footage that I've got from YouTube, so it's just better for me to do like YouTube streaming instead of Twitch. But yeah, I mean, I'm the same, Majora. Like, I would move to Twitch in a heartbeat if I was looking to be a solo streamer, because honestly, I think it's just got more options, and like I think it's just better to do streams on because it has more options, really. And I just think it's easier to find streams as well, like, of the people you followed. The problem is with Twitch, though, and the reason why it's hard to, and the reason why the reason why you struggled to build an audience on it is because all they do on Twitch is streams, whereas YouTube has both streams and videos. So the streams on YouTube stand out, so you get an audience quickly. On Twitch, they don't, because all you have on Twitch is live streams, so it's competing with a load of other live streams. You get what I mean? And that's the downside to Twitch, really, if you think about it. Yes, it's where all the money is, but it's also where all the competition is. Whereas with YouTube live streams, there's not as much competition. Because believe me, if I did this on Twitch, there'd be nowhere anybody would be watching me right now. Not a chance. I mean, it's like Cybernetic Slayer. I only just found out through Barphoenix that he streams on Twitch. I had no idea. Now I'm following him on Twitch, so maybe I'll be around when he's playing Grandia 2. I don't know. But I had no idea he streamed on Twitch at all. Like, but if I knew he streamed on YouTube, I would probably may have been there. But I didn't know that he streamed on Twitch at all. But because he streams on Twitch, you know, and I found the same thing on Twitch. It's like people on Twitch help other Twitch streamers. People on YouTube help other YouTube streamers. You know what I mean? There's never really, like, if you were, like, you're either in the YouTube camp or you're in the Twitch camp. You're never in both. That's just the way it is, really. And I can safely say all of us are mostly in the YouTube camp, let's be honest. And the main reason for that is because, well, we don't really want to make money out of it. We just want to chill and, you know, play games and talk gaming and shit. That's what we want to do. And that's the only concern I have for Black Metal Gamer, like, considering how Twitch can be very censorship happy. Like, that's, and also the fact that, you know, I mean, obviously people who watch him will probably follow him on Twitch, but do they use Twitch much? That's the question. You know what I mean? That's the problem, and that's the thing I worry about for, like, Black Metal Gamer, but I do wish him well. I hope that he can find what he's looking for on Twitch, and I hope he can succeed, because, like, as Bosom Nerve, as you found out, it's not easy. But, you know, I'm, like, there's probably an audience out there for him on Twitch. There probably is. I mean, there's a few Twitch streamers that I watch, and I might as well shout some of them out. Like, one of the ones that I've watched that I've known for quite a while is A Lover's Gaming, which is, like, he's basically, he used to do YouTube Let's Plays. Like, it used to just do vlogs, and he was a guy who contacted me on YouTube, and it's like one of the first people who contacted me through YouTube, and I don't know why, he just wanted to be friends with me for some reason, and then eventually, you know, he does Let's Plays, and I always said to him, why don't you do Let's Plays, and then eventually he set up a gaming channel and started doing Let's Plays, and I followed it, and then, you know, he ended up doing a Twitch channel, and yeah, now he does videos where he's basically, the best way to describe him is, I don't mean to say this in a derogatory term, but he's kind of like DSP, and I'm not trying to insult him by saying this, he's kind of like what DSP would be if DSP wasn't an asshole, if DSP was actually legitimately fun to watch. You know, he's basically the sort of person who, like, constantly gets angry at games, and, you know, I like to tease him every now and again, and, you know, he's a fun streamer to be around. So, you know, I watch him. Oh, there's a group chat going on here. But yeah, like, here's the thing, BMG, like, I think BMG quitting YouTube would kind of be a bit sad, because at the end of the day, he does have his, like, stuff that is bullshit, which is fucking hilarious. And, like, he has his, like, Alex Jones plays and all that lot, which is great. And also he's got his silly little songs, like his Christmas songs. So, yeah. Once you start, if you want to be a Twitch affiliate, you can't stream on both sites at the same time. Yeah. I'm not even watching this PA, to be honest, I'm busy reading the chat. I'm not gonna lie, playing an RPG and streaming isn't easy. The thing about Marvel, and the interesting thing about Marvel is she fights like Viola from Soul Calibur 5. So, if you want to make Marvel in Soul Calibur, you probably want to play Soul Calibur 5. Actually, that's one of the characters that I didn't make in Soul Calibur 5, to be honest. And in case you're wondering, no, I'm not a fighting game enthusiast. I don't like fighting games at all. The only reason why I play Soul Calibur 5 is because it has the best character creation ever, so I can just make characters fight, like random characters fight. I can make Alpha, Omega Sin, and Angry Joe beat each other up. That's the reason why you know. But yeah. Right, what's going on here? Oh, this scene. Uh-oh, this is... Shit's gonna get down here. Shit's gonna get real. What's this about? Present? Uh-oh. Get ready for a bit of aggro here. He's in a bad situation right now. Yeah, Roddick's in a bad situation. He gets himself into all sorts of bad situations as Roddick, especially in the remake from what I've seen. See this is about as well. Whoa! This is where Radix is gonna get a thrashing. How are things turning out? Man, this is exciting! I love how he's just watching through the doorway and saying, "Ooh, look at all this! There's action inside going on in there." But Sears comes to the rescue! See, Sears is a true bro. He is. Like, he is a true bro, you know. He's like the best mate you could ever have. You know, he is like the true like bro of the game, if that makes sense. He's like the guy that, you know, you always rely on. He's the wingman of the game. Like, that's what he is, you know what I mean? He's your freaking... He's the guy who's watching your back all the time. You know? He's what a true friend is. CS is basically a true friend. He's a true mate. You know what I mean? That's why I like CS, because, you know, he's the sort of person that I'd like to have as a friend, you know. He watches your back at all times. And, you know, like, if there's any aggro, he'll make sure that he'll put an end to it. Yeah. Like, CS is just fucking awesome. CS is probably my favourite character in this game. Like, he doesn't give a shit. Like, he's the sort of guy, like, you won't mess with anyone who's friends with him. Like, you just wouldn't. Like, he'll knock you for 6 if he thinks that if he thinks that you're, like, causing problems for any of his mates. You know what I mean? You know, CS is basically what I aspire to be. You know what I mean? That's basically that's what I consider CS. Like, he's basically the person that I want to be in life. I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. So yeah. But yeah, let's be honest. We can't all be as cool as CS. CS is just basically what everybody dreams that they want to be. You know what I mean? He's the guy you want to be, but you'll never be unless you like work your ass off to be that. You know what I mean? That's what CS is. He is a true man. Like, I mean, I still think Ryudo's the better character. Obviously, like, Ryudo's better than. Like, Ryudo is best protagonist, hands down, in a JRPG. I've said it before. So, like, you just can't beat Ryudo. But CS, you know, he's a pretty cool dude. I'd have a pint with him. I would. But he'd probably outdrink me easy. Like, believe it or not, I don't drink much. Like, I don't go silly, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I only have, like, usually... Oh, what's going on here? Looks like they've dropped the nukes already. Oh boy. But yeah, like, that's the thing, like, one thing I really want to see more of in JRPGs is I want to see characters that just don't give a shit. Like characters like Yuri and Ryudo and Sears, you know, characters that are just awesome. Characters that you want to play as because they are cool. Even if the character's like, you know, like just a badass normal, like I don't care, like if the guy's cool, if the guy's got balls, that's all that matters. And if CS has anything, he's got balls. You know, he doesn't wait for the fight to end. If he thinks the fight in the arena that if he's watching a fight in the arena and he thinks the fight is boring, he's just gonna jump in there and make the fight interesting. That's how little of a shit he gives. Oh, hang on. Went wrong way. Went in there too quickly. But yeah, it's just like too many fucking pussy protagonists in JRPGs, you know what I mean? I mean, I'd rather have protagonists like Roddick who are just like, they don't say much, than a protagonist that's just a complete and utter pussy like Emil. Just like, I don't want to be represented by this guy. And that's one thing I will respect about Star Ocean 5, because Fidel, you know, he might not have much in terms of personality compared to certain other characters, but the thing is, you kind of make Fidel who you want him to be, you know what I mean? It's like you have choices in the private actions, and you can say what you want with him, and that's what I like about it. You can make him into a pretty cool guy, even though he's not going to be as well written as Ryudo. You can make him who you want, and I do like that. Right. Now you need to do this if you want to get a certain character. And the thing about it is, you don't actually need the character itself. What you need is what the character gives you. But to be honest, I don't actually know if I'll bother getting that character this time. Where's the Town of Cold? I'm still looking for it. Ooh, secret treasure that I never knew existed. Missed out on some spectacles. Oh, that's why I didn't grab the treasure. It's not because I'm an idiot, it's because I'm full of spectacles. Yeah, anime apparently is the same shit. Apparently. Let's get out of here already, I want action. That's what he's saying, you know. He's getting fed up of not being able to stab things. Okay, Sears. We'll go and stab things. Fighting suits me a heck of a lot better than just wandering around. Damn straight. But yeah, and that's the thing, like, it's like, what happened to all the cool characters? And the thing about it is that, like, Western RPGs, that's the opposite. It's like, oh, except for maybe Henry. Ugh, fuck me, like, that character, that fucking character, you couldn't have designed a more unlikable character if you fucking tried. Henry is basically Western RPG's answer to Emil from Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. It is. It's like, they realised that they needed a pussy as a protagonist, so they made one. It's just like, dearie me. Like, how can you make such a fucking shit character? Like, who comes up with this? Like, oh, surely people want to play as a fucking absolute fucking annoying little kid. Like, this fucking annoying fucking like, I don't even think it's Southern, to be honest. I don't actually know what type of accent it is. I think it's actually might be somewhere around my area, which kind of scares me. But yeah, let's put it this way. Not a fan of Henry at all. It's like, I'm feeling a bit hungry. It's like, and then you hear his stomach bulging when you're running around, and it's just like, oh, right, I'm still feeling hungry. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Every time I play that game, I just But I'm trying to sneak past the guards with my items that yes, I stole them, but how do you tell that I stole them? It's like, hang on, let's see if I can trigger another one, I don't know, sometimes you can. But yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance is kind of like that. It's pretty shit. I did warn him! You know, I did warn him, I said, BMD, don't, you know, don't waste your money and all your time. But he did it. And yeah, I bet he regrets it now. So I can't say I didn't tell you so, you know what I mean? No, I've seen that already. And she's pissed off. Yeah, he rented it. But yeah, don't waste your money on that piece of shit. There's better things to spend your money on, like seriously. I mean, it's amazing how the game's received so many awards and all that. Like, come on, like, yeah, most realistic game award or most boring game award, yeah, it deserves that. But fucking, like, it's not even realistic. Like, there's some like. If it was realistic, then they wouldn't be able to find out that you stole an item. But every single item you steal in the game is branded with the word stolen on it. So everybody knows that that item has been nicked. It's just like, how? How do you know that I stole this sword? What evidence do you have to prove that I stole this sword? It's like, you have stolen goods. How do you know? How do you know I have stolen goods? It's just like, my psychic powers tell me that I can see that you have stolen goods on you. And I also have forensics, which weren't around in the Middle Ages. Yeah, it did get awards. It fucking did. It's a fucking joke. Like, but that's basically sums it up, really. It's just so sad, really. It really is. It's like, that's probably my most regrettable purchase of this fucking, of this generation, to be honest. It is! Like, fucking hell, like, I still haven't made any progress in that game. Like, I actually wanted that game to be a big deal. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play through this game, I'm gonna do everything in it and maybe do a review of it, but now I just can't even bring myself to even play anymore. I'm just like, fuck that game. Just, fuck it. Like, honestly. It's just like, what happened to games being fun? What happened to that? It's like, Mount & Blade is fun, and it's also realistic. Just play Mount & Blade. Just play that. It's more fun. Because it's a sandbox, and also because there's no needless bullshit like hunger meters. Yes, you do have to feed your team, like your fucking warriors, otherwise they'll get angry, but it's not going to kill you if you run out of fucking food. It's just going to lower your troops' morale and make them hate you. And then you can just basically just say, it's like, deal with it, you know, you're in the army. One thing I like about Viking Conquest is, like, if people, like, threaten to leave, you say, if you leave, then, you know, they'll make you regret it. And you can basically threaten them to stay, which I find amusing. Won't work forever, though. It's still better to just get rid of them, to be honest. But it's good in the short term, if you really need them. But yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance, I don't even think I'll even finish it. I've been Bound by Flame, the game I've been playing, that's alright, but the combat, the controls are just really awkward. Like, Western RPGs for me, like, I tend to like the ones that everybody hates. That's just the way it goes. Like, I like Gothic 4, I like Two Worlds 2, I like, trying to think of another one that everybody hates. Maybe that's it. It's funny, really, because I do like those games, but everybody hates them. I mean, I like Diablo as well, and I like Mount & Blade Warband. But it's like, oh, and I also like Of Orcs and Men. That's a good one as well. I think that was pretty good. It's a bit of a shame that you don't, like, they've continued on with Styx' story, and they're making Styx games, which are stealth games, which is kind of a shame, but they're not continuing Archaeal's story, because that was actually pretty interesting. Like, actually playing as an orc. It's like playing Warcraft if it was an RPG. are the closest thing to it. Like, how can you not like that? I want more characters where I actually get to play as a freaking orc. And with orcs and men actually allowed me to do that. So, you know, I'm going to give it credit for that. At the very least. But, yeah, oh god, bushwhackers. Those guys gave me trouble before, but not this time. I'm gonna give them a beat down. But, yeah. Oh, shit. Bandits. Just like how the main character of Two Worlds says, bandits! Whenever he encounters a pack of wolves and he's like, bandits! Sees a dragon and he's like, bandits! He's just like, what? And the best part is the bandits themselves, where it's like you say you have no money, it's like, you have no money? Then give me your pants! And they literally take your freaking pants off you, and then you're running around in your underwear. It's just freaking hilarious thinking about it. And if you don't wear any pants, it's just like, oh, this guy doesn't even have any pants, he's not worth our time. But yeah, Two Worlds is just something else. I mean, I can understand why people don't like Two Worlds, I can. But Two Worlds 2 is actually a good game in my opinion. Yes, it has a few issues, but it's actually fun. And it actually doesn't take itself seriously. And it has I think the main protagonist of Two Worlds 2 is underrated. I think he is. Not the best protagonist ever, but for Western RPG standards he is. Because, like, he's just so sarcastic all the time. But he just makes, like, the stupid people in the world just look like idiots. And makes fun of them all the time. I just think it's hilarious. But yeah, as I say, the main game I'm anticipating is Bannerlord. Like, honestly, if anything can save gaming, it's that. I mean, Descent, as I say, is interesting, but I don't know enough about it. I'm not really certain that it's going to be good, you know what I mean? And since it's a reboot, it could go anywhere. And, Witchfire, well, I'm not sure, like, it might, it's gonna be, I'm not really certain that's gonna be amazing either, but Bannerlord I know is gonna be fucking awesome. You can't go wrong with the Mount and Blade formula, it's just too good. It just is. What if I did a private action here? Oh, no. Can't do it here. Right. I know we do need to go to the castle in Portmas, but how do I get to it? That's the question. It's a pretty good question, actually. Here we are. As long as you don't make me run a trial. Monsters, oh no! Hopefully I can actually manage to do this. They won't let us keep them, how typical. Is there any point in equipping it? Well, I suppose so. Oh no, it's very dark. Extravagant robe. Extravagant sword. But yeah. Not as cool as Dracula's treasury, but it's alright, I guess. Another extravagant sword. Ooh, monsters! Oh shit! 0 damage! I don't know if that healed it or what. Oh shit, blizzard! Okay, you're immune to lightning, I get it. Right, see you boss and nerf. It works on them. Just got a message that it's disconnected. Ooh, more treasure. Another extravagant staff that I'll never use. Another extravagant robe that I'll never use. Well, because I'm already... Oh, extravagant armour. It's about damn time. If only I could keep this stuff. But sadly I can't. Right, let's make our way down here in the treasury and kick ass. Oh shit, I used the wrong move again. And that's cost me dearly. Probably should just do regular attacks on them. Right, there we go. There we go, use the air slash. Good old fashioned air slash. Gets the job done. And we get blackberries, which we already have full inventory of blackberries, so we'll be alright. Ooh, these enemies again. These enemies are familiar. It's that boss again. Yeah, this game has a habit of reusing enemies. It's a bit like Final Fantasy 2. That also had a habit of reusing boss fights as regular enemies. Mind you, so did Castlevania, so, you know. Seriously, Ilya, why did you have to get in front of that attack? Right, let's bring Ilya back from the dead. God, I had a full inventory of resurrection bottles. Oh shit! The mage is down. And now they're all gone because of that boss fight. Still impressed at myself for actually winning that boss fight though. God, this is a long fight. Yeah, keep them busy. Right. Let's see if we can actually hit him. There we go. Unfortunately, CS is a bit intoxicated, so we have to heal that. It's like, don't worry, we'll sober you up. See you, Bio. Have a good one. Right, where's the trying to find the thing where I can actually need to find the aquaberries. That's what I need to find. Oh, there it is. I must be freaking blind. Right. Let's get through the next area of the treasury. Cure stone or whatever. Or cure stone. Because it cures stone. That cures paralysis. It's not a cure stone, it cures stone. That's what it does. Actually, if I recall, I think these enemies can stone you. If they can, that might be bad. That might be very bad. And as such, I'm going to save state right now, because I don't want that to happen. And I can see it now, that happens, and I'm like, I have to redo the entire thing all over again. Which isn't good. I don't think we can use this now. Why not? Maybe that's an important thing that we need to go back to, I don't know. Right, let's go down here and see what's down in the treasury. But first, we have to fight more of these whispers. No, not that Blizzard, not the scummy Blizzard that fuck games. Actually, I should probably not use Blizzard, considering they seem to be immune to it. But they use it all the time. It's like, fuck me, maybe they are related to Blizzard. If so, then that's scary. Right, let's kill these bastards first, so they don't cast spells. And then we'll get some treasure. Well, you get a treasure drop from every enemy. It's like Secret of Mana, except they're not trapped all the time. Right. Yeah, that's another thing that's always annoyed me, fucking trapped treasure chests. Seriously. It even annoys me in Valve Profile 2, like, why add them? Why punish people for getting treasure? Like, why? I'm pretty sure that these enemies can stone you. I'm willing to bet that they can, so I'm going to kill them quickly. I probably should also... There we go. Air Slash will sort them out. And then I can heal my MP later. Right, let's see if we can actually deal with him. These enemies are tough. Serious business of these enemies. But we did it! Ooh, Flash Whirl. He's got Flash Whirl as well, which is nice. Actually, he would probably benefit from it more than I would. Actually, I'm going to do it for this for him, and probably Spirit Blast there. We'll actually have a look at what Vatix has now. Flash Whirl is nice, but... I've still got Air Slash, so it should be alright, but... What have we got for this? Oh, shit! I didn't actually know I had this. This is a good move. Probably better than the Shock Sword, actually. I should probably use that. Yeah, Dragon Roar. Well, it's called Dragon Howl in this translation, but it's actually Dragon Roar, which, as we all know, and anyone who's played Star Ocean knows that Dragon Roar is fucking good. But I don't have any MP. And yeah, it's pretty decent in this game as well. Not the best in this game, I'd say the best Dragon Roar will probably be Star Ocean Falls. That Dragon Roar is just broken. I do think this Dragon Roar's better than Star Ocean 2's though, personally. But, I don't know, like, I just think that it does a bit more. I don't know, maybe Star Ocean 2's is better, I don't know. Because I kind of forget, to be honest. But I'm going to get some blackberries, because, you know, I think we need some action. Get back to the action. Now I'm getting lost in the dungeon. Well, let's do some Dragon Ball action. I can get the chance to do so. But I don't have the chance to do it, so yeah. Because it's already did the job for me. Right, so it's not in here. So where exactly do we go? Is it down here? Oh, there's more down here. Oh, stage these enemies again. Yeah, Dragon Roar. Pretty good spell. Oh, ability. No, I didn't actually want to use Flash Wheel there. Well done, Ilya! Oh shit! Shit! Look at Roddick, he is pissed! He is really fucking pissed, isn't he? I guess the title of this video is pretty fitting then. It's like... Right. Let's not die! It's not healthy to die. Right. What we need to do is we need to find the healing item, which is a blueberry. I think we need to give it to Joshua right now. Oh. Ilya's dead again? Seriously? Yeah, seriously, you hold him there. Right, I need to get close. There we go, Dragon Ball time. Oh, I completely missed the bastard. Ooh, that was nice. Flash Wheel doing tons of damage there. Yeah, this isn't looking good. This isn't looking good at all. To be perfectly honest, it is getting kind of late, so probably going to end the stream, go back to restock because I kind of need more resurrect balls. I don't want to fight a boss with no resurrect balls, that's not good. But what we've done so far is we've got some experience, and you know, you can get some experience from here and then we'll just go back down and shit. Actually, can we go? I don't think we can leave. If we can't, then that's actually pretty shitty, isn't it? Yeah, I'll save state here, but yeah, some of the enemies down here, my god. It's like, Joshua, you really have to be on the ball now. You really do. Stop moving around! Right, oh, hang on. What the... Right, hang on. Ilya, stop getting killed. The only problem with Dragon Ball is the start up. At least it's not as bad as the start up in Star Ocean 3. Yeah, the thing about Dragon Ball is you kind of need to use... Oh god. Stop healing it. Jesus, these fights, man. These fucking fights. Right, try and stun, try and Dragon Ball. There's one down. I'm just gonna kill them mages, fuck them. And fuck them hard too. You're using all those items. Yeah. All those resurrect balls was not nice. And probably I should probably level up really. Get some skills on everybody. Let's get biology up. Probably won't faint a lot as well. Oh yeah, I need to get some skills up for everybody else as well. Oh no, no, I didn't want to. Fuck me. I didn't want to get that. Yeah, I should probably have gone into writing. Oh well. Yeah, this is just emergencies here because I might have got myself into a trap here. But yeah, counter attack maybe, and mental training would be nice. And counter attack. With CS, well, you seem to be toward biology. Right now, I'm going to give you. He's got some of that as well, hasn't he? Self-taught. Fuck it. Get some of this as well. There we go. And I should heal up as well, because this area is not nice. It seems so. Probably best to be safe and heal up. Right. Let's go in here first. Because I think I have to do this dungeon in one go. I've forgotten now. Right, what's going on in here? Ancient scroll. I don't even know what they're for, honestly. Oh, there's a save point, you know what that calls for. Boss time's coming up. Let me guess, I'm gonna get fucked by the boss. Wouldn't be the first time. Right, let's get blackberries. Make sure Joshua has max NV first. Yeah. See if you can have a bit more. Gotta eat them hamburgers. Maxed out there. Yeah, I'm gonna save. See if I can beat the boss. No, I'm saving in slot 8, just in case. Actually, I should save in slot 1. Because I did save in slot 1 in this area, so right. In we go, boss time. Let's hopefully defeat this boss. Well, that was a quick change of heart, was that, wasn't it? Let's kill these shadow beasts quickly. Right, Dragon Ball time, yeah, that's what it's all about. Right. Fought 2 bosses in this stream. Oh, don't die, Ilya! She has the tendency to do that sometimes. Actually, a lot of the time. Ooh, that was a nice hit, was that, Sears? That was a really good hit. Now, let's use a sweet syrup on Ilya, because Joshua seems to be taking his time. Yeah, Dragon Ball's good for this. Oh shit! Didn't want to do this move. Now I'm on the wall! I'm fucking stuck on the wall. So, I literally can't fucking move. I didn't know that we were playing freaking Prince of Persia, walking on fucking walls. Ooh, that was a elite attack, was that? No, I'm running out of— oh shit, Seus is dead! Like, Seus, you know, I know you're just trying to help, but you gotta keep an eye on your own health as well, you know. Right, let's just make sure that Seus lives. That's the main goal here. Don't let Seus die. It would be very sad if he dies. Right, sweet syrup would be nice. Right, let's hit this bitch. Die! Right, we've got some ray action. Right, let's what does melt potion do anyway? I honestly don't know. Stink pot. I need to. I thought I had some. Like, is there a mixed thing? I want to see if there is. Mixed. Right, there's a flare bomb. Could use that, but what's the point? Because it's not easy to. So much for casting a spell, Joshua. Tri-section staff. Mental ring. Right. Is that all the monsters dealt with? Hope so. Nope. Still more monsters even though we killed the succubus. Right, let's kill this bird again. Stunlock it to death. That's the name of the game. Oh crap. OBS is fucking up all the time. I don't know if this stream's doing well. I've just noticed that OBS is just disconnected again. Hopefully it is doing well. But yeah, I just need to get out of this dungeon. As fast as possible, ideally. Oh shit, missed him. Little bastard. Right, let's keep him busy. Keep slashing him. Yeah, I'll take one side, you take the other side, Sears. Or maybe not, you can just watch me. Oh, there we go, that's what it's all about. That was not the plan, Sears. Like Joshua's AI just like, I might cast a spell, maybe, or I might not. And you wonder why I constantly make fun of Joshua. This is why. Right, let's go up the stairs, and we should be out of this place soon enough. Yep, we're nearly out. I think this is. Yeah, I think we're nearly out of the treasury. Just another fight to do, and it's these guys again. Brilliant! These annoying freaking enemies, great. Right. Let's try and attack them before they attack us. Stop flying in the air! Ilya, stop dying! See us! Be careful! I know you want to charge in there, but you're no good to us dead. Right. Ilya died, but other than that we made it. CS is poisoned. Oh, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. This is just ridiculous. Let's run. I've had enough. Not fighting these enemies. It's just too annoying. Just come on, run. Oh, for God's sake. The stun of destiny, innit? That's what it is. Yep, stun me forever. So, come on, stop spamming that move, Jesus. It's like, run, Sears. You can make it. Yeah, thanks for that needless ordeal, Chancellor. I bloody well think so. Like the scumbag you are. Right. Go away, guards! Big boys are talking. Got the Moor emblem. It's about damn turn. And Sirius is poisoned, which is not nice. It's not nice to be poisoned. That's why we have aqua berries to solve that problem. But yeah, I'm going to go outside and leave this freaking place. Hopefully I can remember what to do next time I start the stream. I need to go back to Rastral again. But yeah. I'm done for today, guys. I probably should stay at the inn before I do that, otherwise I might die in an embarrassing way. Don't want that to happen, so I'll stay at the inn. Where's the inn? Trying to find the inn is not easy. That's the item shop. So where's the inn then? That's the food shop. Everything but the inn. I guess the inn is in the last place there it is. Yeah, the last place I look for. Right, I need a place to not die. Can you give me a place to not die, please? There we go. A place where I won't die for once. In an inn. Because you don't get killed in an inn, you only heal up in an inn. But yeah, this stream's been going on for quite a while. At least we've made some progress, though. At least we made some progress. But yeah, I'm gonna go outside and I'll do save manually and then I'll save state and I'll call it a stream. Because I'm done for today. So yes, thanks everyone for coming out. Thanks Majority, thanks Barphoenix, thanks Birth, thanks KJ Gamer. Thanks everyone who came out. Hope you enjoyed and I'll see you all next time. But first I'm just going to save state, that way I can easily load it. So yes. See you guys.